everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly. I use he and him, and I, folks, am back to run another game, and I'm excited about it. Because today we are, I think, only 2 episodes away from the end of the chapter, but who knows with players like these. We've got a fantastic game lined up for you, but before we get into it, let's introduce the cast, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I play Kelara Vengard, our human cleric of Mystical.
All right, over to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I use he, him, or they pronouns, and I'm little tired tonight. Didn't get a lot of sleep, so bear with me. But I play Godfrey Highvalor, who finally asked Kelara to dance.
Finally. All right. And down beneath you, your hype man, Robin.
Hi, I am Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Rizira Moonbrush, our swashbuckling kid rogue. And tonight you may notice my eyes are looking a little bit more blue than purple. My eye is have something. There's something weird in them, so I'm not putting in context because I don't want to irritate them so much. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for game tonight, and yeah.
Nice. All right. Over to Cal.
Hello, my name is Cal. I'm Neo Cal in the chat. I am playing Aurontiros Caledon, the Qualinesti elf bard, and can't wait to jump into the game with everyone.
Nice. And finally, last but never least, over to Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, and tonight I play Hazeal Nightgranite, our dwarven lunar sorcerer, and my hip is somewhat better, though it still hurts.
Nice. You're very hip, in fact. All right, so folks, we are going to be hopping into game in just 1 minute, but before we do, I want to do a quick thank you to our sponsor for the month. For the 4th month in a row, I have to do a big shout out to Bookwyrm Games, because hey, calling all dice dragons, Bookwyrm Games has 168 different types of dice, from acrylic to resin, metal to liquid core, even actual gemstones. Dice bags will hold your hoard, and trays will ensure that you're rolling safely. You can engage all senses while gaming with their candy dice or themed scented candles. Check out their 5 mystery boxes or even a mystical item monthly subscription for fun surprises every single month. You get 10% off if you use code DORKTALES and visit bookwyrmgames.com. Happy adventuring. And folks, for this month only, there is a very special thing that you can do. It is still Bookwyrm's Kickstarter for their Quest Chest. Quest Chest is a system agnostic module full of wax sealed letters, metal coins, candles, actual tea, as well as narrated voiceover and custom music to set the scenes of the games. If you want something that is a hybrid of like an escape room, an adventure module, and a mystery box, this is exactly what you should be running for your players. You can use some of the hidden ciphers, or some of the ciphers to hide, to uncover hidden clues, I should say, and puzzles for your players to decode. You can treat them to actual coffee and tea and edibles, edible items at least, inside of the boxes. The first 2 boxes are available right now if you can't wait. On bookwyrmgames.com, which you can use code DORKTALES to save money on, or you can back 5 of them right now on Kickstarter. If you go to questchest.info, you can learn more, or you can go to Quest Chest over on Kickstarter. It's a fantastic deal to get all of those together, and it helps support both us and this fantastic company. So I strongly suggest you check it out and share it around if you don't mind. That would be fantastic, because we all love immersive games, and Bookwyrm Games is bringing that immersion to you. And with that, let's go take a nap. I think we're done. That's it for tonight. Oh,
We'll just stream ourselves napping.
We'll just stream ourselves.
Okay
that one guy did that.
I'm really okay with this.
All right, I'm very, very white. This is the problem. My main monitor is a TV for this, and then whenever I'm like, time to look at a white screen, suddenly I'm like, I am dead.
And maybe other people don't notice, but I always notice
Like
when
an
it's
angel.
Like, yeah, the beacons are lit, fam.
But where was
Yeah.
Gondor?
Condor
when the
calls for
Westfold
aid.
fell.
Condor calls for where was?
I was
that
waiting for it. I'm like, here comes Gondor calls for aid.
Say the line, Bart.
Gondor calls for aid.
Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell?
There we go. I can turn it on like less bright. There. Hold on. Let's just do a quick check. What does it look like when I'm less white?
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
I'll go with this. I'll go with this for tonight. There we go. Thank you very much, Bookwyrm Games, for sponsoring us. A big thank you to them. And a quick also announcement for one of our products. Well, not our products. I wish. That'd be great if there was a Dork Tales flavored coffee. But if you go to Bones Coffee right now and use code DorkTales, you can save 20%. And folks, remember how I said they had a Spider-Man coffee? They now have 2 Indiana Jones flavors as of today. They have Toffee Treasure and Adventurer's Cup, which is, what was it called? Scotcheroo flavored, which
Yes,
I thought was...
Scotcheroo.
I thought that was something they made up, but it's like a peanut butter Rice Krispie.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is.
I thought it was just like Scotch flavored coffee that they just were like cheeky with. It's Scotcheroo. No, it's actually a real thing. So grab some coffee that tastes
Scotcheroo.
like Harrison Ford. Yeah, it tastes like Harrison Ford's earring.
Yum.
Yum, delicious.
Okay.
My mom would in the 80s and 90s. My mom would have drank that with 2 fists. Harrison Ford was her obsession in the 90s and 80s.
So are these only available in the US again?
I will have them shipped to my mom's house, Robin. We'll make it happen. But we're gonna
Yes.
wait until, because they're making specific mugs for it. So we're gonna wait for that. But you should all go use code DorkTales to buy yourself some damn Indiana Jones coffee. Because even if the movie's not good, the coffee will be. I hope. I can't guarantee. I haven't drank it yet. But all right. So folks, enough dawdling around. All right, so without further ado, I think it is time for us to hop into game here with Dragonlance episode 24, Camp Carrionclay. Last episode, you traveled across the northern wastes through the portal. When you did, you came across a lone boy being pursued by Dragonel riders. After dispatching them embarrassingly fast, you then went back with the boy to a place called Heart's Hollow, wherein you had an interesting night. You played some music, you drank some ale, and you spent a bit of time there learning about the people of this hidden community. And it was there that you were approached by the bartender, the innkeeper at the Salt Lick, who, upon learning that there was potentially an actual honest-to-God dragon's egg inside of Camp Carrionclay, begged you to return it to her. She eventually revealed herself to be a bronze dragon. And that is where we left game, with you swearing to bring the dragon egg back to her, and with you preparing to rest up, which I think is where we are going to pick things up. So everyone is going to be able to get a full night's sleep and can go ahead and take a long rest, restoring half of their hit dice, all of their hit points, and their spells. You awaken the next morning inside of the Salt Lick. Your bedrolls atop the floorboards have been one of the more comfortable places that you found rest in recent memory. Although very little light filters down into Heart's Hollow, there is a bit of glow from the outside lamps. And as the front door creaks open on the old wood, you can hear the sound of a few distant birds that have made their way down into the hollow, squawking around as they pick around in the refuse outside of the tavern. The front door creaks open, and the flame of an oil lamp lights up the room. "Good morning," you hear Nessa's voice say, rousing you from whatever sleep, meditation, or contemplation you may be having. Sorry for disturbing you. I've got to get ready for opening. Did you sleep well?
Good morning.
Very well, thank you.
It was a good rest.
Yeah, if you're not adverse to it before you head out. I have some meals that I'm gonna start preparing. I could use a hand in the kitchen, but
No. I'll pass. Sorry,
Are any of you
it's
good in
better
the
this
kitchen?
way.
Good call.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, I was going to say Kalara's
I can do dishes.
a whiz.
All right then, Sir Knight. Before you put on your armor, here you go. And she will reach behind the bar and pull out a long length of wood and hand you a broom.
Start sweeping. And stay away from that kitchen.
Now, Miss Rizira, I'd ask you to put out the silverware, but it's quite shiny. It might be distracting to you.
Well, I think I've got some silver over here, and she'll start digging through her bag to see if she has any silverware to add.
All right.
I rolled an 8, a spool of yarn, or a package of chalk. Well, I don't think this could quite work, and she'll take out, keep just pulling out some yarn.
I'll tell you what. Here are a few steel coins. Go head over to McGonagall's on the corner. He collects wood, and I could use some for the fireplace.
Okay. Sounds good. And Riz will run off and...
Whew. So what kind of things do you cook, Miss Kelara?
Well, all sorts, really.
Where are you from originally?
Vingard.
Vingard.
I'm on the Vingard.
That's south of Kalaman.
So that's that area, yeah.
It's been a while since I've been down that way. At least 100 years. I can say, now that I'm just around y'all. Well, show me what delicacies they have there.
Fish
I'd
pie.
appreciate- Well, I've got root vegetables, and I've got cow's milk, and I've got a bit of bird, and some lizard.
We can make bird pie.
Let's see what we can come up with. All right, go ahead and give me a cooking roll, please.
What's that?
That's going to be, you were definitely proficient. So give me proficiency plus wisdom.
Okay.
Do-
That would be 23.
23. So yeah, you're going to be able to start using whatever flours there to start working on some pastry dough. You're going to start basically putting all of the work together. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning at this point, and you've had a nice rest throughout the night. You're feeling very chipper, and because this is a tavern, it opens a bit later than a typical restaurant that you're used to. So this is almost a bit lazy for you. The extra time being able to work the eggs into the dough and to really let things breathe a little bit is very comforting. So you're going to have time to work on that. Meanwhile, back in the main area, Levna, Aurontiros, and Hazeal are kind of sitting around as Godfrey is going through and sweeping everything. And Levna will kind of lean over to both of you and say, "Do you think she eats the pies, or Doesn't she need to eat like a goat or something?
Who?
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering why you were asking if Kelara was eating goat.
Kelara wouldn't eat goat. She probably would eat a goat, but you know what I mean.
She would make it taste delicious.
God damn it.
But
now I want a goat.
she probably, Ness probably wants to keep a low profile, so probably eats.
Levna,
normal
you
stuff.
should bring her a goat.
I should bring Kelara a goat? I think that would probably step on Godfrey's toes.
Which, I
Okay,
mean, is
maybe
half
not a
the fun.
whole goat.
Godfrey, should I steal your woman?
Hey, you got the dragon, okay?
I always kind of wanted to be a dragon rider. Yeah. The weight of what she says crosses her eyes, and then she just kind of stops laughing. Riz, can you do me a favor and make me a roll on your chart to see what you come back with on top of the wood?
Okay. The D100?
D100.
Alrighty. Do. Okay.
So the door is going to burst open, and Rizira is going to re-enter, carrying a big pile of wood in her arms, as well as...
As she's wearing it's almost like, it looks like a black kind of skull cap. Like, it looks almost like a helmet. But then it also has, like, two round, like, extension ears that almost look like like rodent-like on her head.
So it's like 3 concentric circles?
Yeah,
Okay.
that could take over the world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And following in your wake is your new friend Clystron,
Mhm.
who's also carrying some sticks.
Well, we have a saying in the Kinder room is that sticks and stones might be able to potentially break your bones, but you can, if you're clever and outwit them, you can use it against them and turn to a hoopak. It's not quite as a ring to it. It doesn't quite have the ring to it.
Good morning. Morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Well enough.
Well rested.
Well, that's good. Well, as soon as you're all ready to get going, I'm happy to take you across the wastes. Figure I owe you as much.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What do y'all what'd y'all get up to last night after I left?
Oh,
I went to sleep mostly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Tall tales.
Oh,
I
really?
think,
Like what?
Oh, I'll go up to him and just be like, I think Levna and Ness have a little bit of a thing going on, so they might enjoy some privacy.
Like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing. Whew,
Lots of
good.
secrets. Should just...
That makes a lot of sense, because Ness ain't really ever taken to anybody around here. A lot of the menfolk have tried, but that makes a lot of sense then. I don't think very many of the
It
womenfolk
was a
have
good night. It was a good night, and now we're helping pay for our meals this morning by...
How good?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to ask Sir Levna.
He takes a look at Levna with the scar, putting on her armor slowly, kind of like looks up. What? Nothing, ma'am, just saying hello. Good morning. Sir? Damn straight. Shrink. With that, the rest of the morning passes. You set up the tavern. You have a hearty breakfast. Each of you is given a nice, solid portion of a full pie made of root vegetables and various meats that are available in the local area. It's surprisingly tender, to be honest. Kelara spends a lot of time in the kitchen with a mallet breaking down the lizard meat to a nice, soft texture. Even the most springy and rubbery parts of the beast seem to melt like fresh veal or a nice solid cheese in your mouth. And by the end of it, you will all be quite restored. Kelara, you're going to be able to use that feat to start off the day, so anybody you want to grant temporary hit points to will have them. I believe you get to offer them to how many people?
No, that's specific treats that they have to then eat
Fair.
to get temporary hit points, and it's
My mistake.
you go to proficiency bonus, so there are only 3 temporary hit points.
Okay. Well, you'll be able to cook some of those and have them on you then.
Okay.
Okay. With that, you are all prepared to head out back to the army and to the north. Now, as you're getting ready to head out, Ness gives you a look over and says, I appreciate you agreeing to do what you do. Best of luck out there.
You. Oh, thank you. Thank you for all your hospitality. It's you've got a big heart.
Got a lot of space for it. Good luck. And if you could do me one more favor. Flip the open sign on the way out.
Of course.
And with that, is there anything else in Heart's Hollow you'd like to do on your way out?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Just a quick reminder, if anybody wanted, I will just remind, this is not me leading you, this is just me reminding because it's been a week. So there was a magic shop if anybody needs any alchemical tinctures. There is a blacksmith that sells used goods.
Would there be any way to get magic weapons from this Heart's Hollow, Kelly?
Probably not.
Okay,
Magic weapons
cool.
are hyper rare in Kryn.
Yeah, I figured. So.
Best you might be able to get a potion or two, but that's it.
Yeah. And yes, Blogg is asking because I have a lot of our party loot. We have 900 gold worth of gems. We have 6 onyx gemstones worth many hundreds is what I have.
I mean, you could go by Lavender's and see what he has in stock.
Yeah, if we have means, like,
yeah, potions.
I think we
if
should
they have some,
see what's available.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess go there quickly.
Now, did you say you all wanted to head by the mage's shop on the way out of town? Like, when I brought it up yesterday, Hazeal, I saw your eye sparkled a bit.
I mean, I don't expect to need much, but it might be good to take a look.
Oh, you never know what you're going to find in a place like that. Lavender's all about helping people. So, he's definitely a bit of a strange one, but he's a good guy. Come on, I'll take you over. It's on our way anyway. Taking you out, he'll walk you back up along the curves until you reach Lavender's shop. Now, Lavender Shop is in the center of Heart's Hollow. It is the shop that juts the most out into the expanse. A large octagonal building that sits over the center of the hollow like a spider climbing out in the center of its web. And Clyston will take you out there. Will open the door for you, and as he does, the smell of alchemical mixtures, tinctures, the sounds of bubbling, the sounds of brewing can be heard and smelt inside of here. Rampant sounds of fire, of bubbling, of hissing, of steam, scents of sulfur, scents of strange herbs and bitter concoctions, of alchemical dyes and of strange plants fill the air, and you can see that there are these plants and beakers and twisting glass tubes everywhere. Many of the plants are hanging in these kind of like macrame baskets from the ceiling, so much so that you kind of have to, like, if you stay on a pathway in the center of the room, there is no problem. But the moment you step off of these very specific tiles that lead up to the front till, if you are above 4 feet tall, there is a good chance you're going to whack your face on a pot.
So Riz is no problem. Riz
You
will
have no
just, like-
problem. Neither is Hazeal. Hazel's going to be kind
Yeah,
of
he's
like...
just fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of, because it's not obvious with what I'm currently wearing, Hazeal isn't wearing her red robe right now.
Ooh.
Because last week the dwarf was all like, dwarves don't use magic, blah, 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 so she's not wearing it. Because she doesn't want to risk that right here.
That's totally fair.
Clever
So-
girl.
As you enter, there will be a little sound from above the door of customers here. As a little door knocker hanging above the door is going to let out that noise. And then it kind of yawns and goes back to sleep.
Riz is gonna just stare at the door knocker for a second.
The door knocker is going to just slowly bend itself like the metal is refolding and peer down at you with no... Well, it has no eyes, but it does have the shape where eyes would be. As it kind of looks down at you, goes, "Well, were you born in a barn? Shut the door."
How did you know that she was born in a barn?
I could smell it. And it will slowly merge back into metal.
Riz is sniffing her armpits.
Well, that's
Ah,
rude.
Now I have to ask a quick question. If I were a wizard slash alchemist who made my way out here, what voice would I use for this?
Are they masculine?
Masculine.
Feminine?
Masculine, but with the name Lavender Jaws, so I can go all sorts of places with this.
See, I was gonna say very Gandalf-y.
I was gonna say if you can cross Gandalf with Christopher Walken.
Okay,
Ooh.
then we're set. We're set. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you'll hear a voice from the back room. Sorry, what were you saying, Jen?
Nothing.
All right. Hey, I'll be right out. Just give me a second. And the back door will open, and this man will come out that has like kind of like a frizzy, like steely copper wool hair that kind of sticks directly up, kind of buzzed down at the sides to stay out of his ears, which are quite prominent. He has a long bent nose and a pair of spectacles dangling off the end of it, and is wearing a bright purple robe with gold buttons running up the front of it, and will step out. You're all unfamiliar to me. Welcome to Lavender's. I am the titular Lavender Giles, and I'm very excited to meet your acquaintance.
It's lovely to meet you too.
welcome.
Your Fort Knocker is quite
Oh, Rusty, I wouldn't pay Rusty any minds. Just come inside and look at all of my wares. They are most excellent, if I say so myself.
What sort of thing?
Aurontiros is gonna nudge Godfrey and be like, most excellent. Maybe perhaps your our knightly friend back at the camp would enjoy this most excellent place.
I don't normally help knights, but young lady, you are asking me a question. I sell all sorts of herbal tinctures, alchemical supplies, and magic supplies, as well as I am a very powerful wizard. I am what is known as one of the purple-robed mages of high sorcery. We are very exclusive.
Kalara kind of cuts her eyes to Hazel a little and just.
yeah.
Sorry, what
definitely
color is
looking
his
at
robes?
Hazel.
His they are like, well, his underrobe is chartreuse, and the other is like a bright plum. Very.
Hazel's just staring.
I didn't
by the
know
way,
that there was.
He got a
This-
2 on his deception roll, by the way.
Okay.
Kalara's
I
just
didn't
gonna look
realize that there
fairly
was this
uninterested.
this rare exclusive sect of
Oh,
high wizardry.
of course. I've been out in the northern wastes since I passed my my tests of high sorcery at you know, the place where we do it. It's very secret. So
The
I
low
can't-
tower.
Well, yeah, you start at the low tower and then you work your way up.
Yeah.
You know.
So how did you find but when you got to the Star Tower, how was that for you?
Oh, you know, a magician never reveals his secrets.
What
But it was-
kind of magician would you say that you are? If you had a
I'm-
specialty.
Mostly aid and helping those around me. I am the most powerful wizard inside of Heart's Hollow.
Kalara again looks over at Hazel for a moment and just kind of like.
To be fair, that might be an accurate statement. I'm not a wizard.
I think Kalara doesn't know the difference.
Hazel, you can make me an Arcana roll, please, or a History roll. Specifically Hazel.
This is great, by the way.
That is a 22
22.
for
This guy's-
either. It's the same amount.
This guy, like, is talking a big game, like, he's saying that, but looking at some of the pouches you can see on his waist, looking at some of the accoutrements around the shop, you're recognizing a bunch of spell components here that are, like, fairly legitimate. That's not the part that is catching you off guard. It's the fact that he has that and he's obviously very ignorant. You think he's probably a renegade. Which is exactly the type of person who would be in a place like this.
And it's exactly the type of person I was trying to avoid being by leaving Thurbarton.
So, you're new to town. Did you move into Cooper's old place?
We're just visiting.
No, just visiting.
Oh. Strange.
So you're
vac-
saying there's a house open?
Yeah, Cooper moved in with his girlfriend. And her girlfriend. It's a weird situation, but who am I to judge? You know, I mean, love makes you do crazy things.
That's what I've heard. So What's this?
She's just gonna start poking around a little and trying to get like an explanation of what he's actually selling.
So that is deadly nightshade. It is, as the name implies, very deadly. It is good
Is it
for
actually
rodent
nightshade?
and pest control. We do have a bit of a rat problem inside of Heart's Hollow, so being able to provide. That is true, as long as we have food. Here we have, this is an alchemical preservative. It totally safe to be ingested, but it does make the bread last longer at the cost of turning it slightly black.
Kalara's
Completely
gonna start
safe.
looking at that closely. What is this?
It's complete. I mean, it does mix with your bile, and it does turn other things black on the way out, but so long as you know that's what it's doing, you know, just don't let it sneak up on you. Eh?
Aurontiros
Hazel is going to look
Go
around.
ahead. Yeah, I was
Hazel's
gonna
going to
say,
look around a bit, yeah.
see
so
if
you can
there's anything of any value.
Sure. Anybody who wants to can go ahead and just make me a perception roll. So I'll look around the area.
Riz is looking for that.
I was going to, but the amount of confidence that this Lavender is installing in Godfrey, I think Godfrey's actually just going to take a step back and just kind of wait by the entrance and not really have much faith in any of these.
I'm gonna do
supplies.
determination for a 19 because I
A
rolled
19?
not great.
A
So-
25.
25. Okay. Hazel, what we got?
15. I threw it in
15?
the chat, but
Sorry, I've got a bunch of windows going. So looking around, you can see that there's all sorts of material ingredients, basically anything up to about level 3 spells. And you can see that behind the counter in a cabinet kind of out of reach, you will see that there are a bunch of precious gemstones there. Including some that glitter quite brightly in the light of the lamps inside of here. There also are a few alchemical light sources that are just kind of like glowing with this kind of yellowish white hue that are casting the room into stark shadows. All of you are going to notice that, like, as you're looking at your friends, their pores are like very visible inside this room. And they're looking a little drawn, like they're under fluorescent lights.
How are you illuminating all of these
it's
different colored lamps?
alchemy, my friends. Alchemy. It's very useful to be able to combine the natural, well, I mean, nature. Nature presents us with the basic building blocks of the universe. I just combine them together to create light. Or perhaps minor healing tinctures, or sharper blades. Things like that.
Healing tinctures and
Oh,
sharper
yeah,
blades.
yeah. I've got all sorts of healing potions. Are you in the
Really?
market? Oh, yeah. Like minor healing. Like I am not one of the charlatans that goes around saying that the new gods are powerful and good, nor do I have the power of the king priest of Ishtar. But
Yes, let's see them.
absolutely. So in here, you can see inside of this case, I have 5 potions of minor healing. These will heal you from basic scrapes and cuts. Perhaps
That'll be-
enough to save your life.
Hazel. These
Um,
can you are these legit, or are we looking at a sort of serpent oil situation here?
If you don't, are you trained in magic, my friends?
I dabble.
Absolutely. So here, and he'll reach in and pull one out. And pop the cork out. Give it a taste.
First, would any sort of detect magic actually work on these, or not at this? Yeah.
you could.
Okay. I will subtle spell detect magic.
Okay, so subtle spelling detect magic, casting it on that, you will see that it is in fact magical, and is glowing with a slight aura of healing transmutation.
Ooh, I'm mixing up additions now.
Yeah, as am I in
It's
my
changed
head.
a few times.
Healy magic.
It is a potion of healing. It is a potion. Giving it a quick taste as well, you'll know that it is a potion of cure light wounds. It's evocation. It's evocation. I would not have thought evocation. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair, yeah. Oh, that's right, because I couldn't, like, I mean, not for this game, but for the other game, I couldn't take it for some things. The other game, Panic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And I also wanted to ask if, like, the other ingredients and stuff that I've looked around, like, it seems like he's legit up to a point.
Up to a point. You think he's basically like, well, you know what he is? He's that guy who's like someone's uncle who's a dabbler, and he's got like a chemistry degree or something, like a master's in chemistry, and can do it himself. He's never gonna be the real deal, but like, he makes his own basement beer, and it's pretty good. It's safe. It's not quite as good as like what a professional brewer would do, but he's doing a good job. Like, he's a hobbyist who can make money at it. He's basically an Etsy wizard.
Cool. I was gonna say this is like a Sunday market.
Yeah.
Except he lives in like a hippie community kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. He like makes soap. There's also a bunch of soap there. There's so much soap in this shop, guys.
So much soap.
Oh, it probably smells and there's sparkle everywhere.
Oh, there's like glitter bombs. There's like bath bombs too, bath oils, things like that.
I was going to say, is this
yeah, you're right. He's the farmer's market wizard.
Okay. Cool. Like, I don't want to harsh his vibe, because if he's actually doing okay things out here, the Northern Wastes they could probably use, especially.
You can make me an insight roll.
Yeah, I'll do that. That is a 16.
A 16? Yeah, he seems pretty benign, to be honest. He seems like a little bit of a burnout. And you can see that he's got some mushrooms that are dangling on little drying strings that are probably psychedelic.
Fair.
How much for the mushrooms?
Oh, those mushrooms aren't quite ready yet, but I could get you a dose for they're kind of difficult to bring in, but 20 steel coins should do for a dose.
Deal.
I was gonna say, as somebody who I was gonna try and chime in, but I mean, he can spend money, that's fine, or they can spend money. But as somebody who should know mushrooms.
Oh yeah, those are.
Oh, right.
He's gonna have an interesting night.
But also, like, is that price fair?
It's a bit inflated, but you know, it's farmers market prices.
Okay, cool. Again,
pass him the artisanal value of. It's like buying Qualicum cheese, local talk, people.
Exactly, right.
But they're
Vancouver
local,
Island
dang
cheese.
it. Okay, I'll
so
take that off my sheet.
he'll wrap it for you in a little wax paper bag, and we'll. So there are two ways to ingest this. The first is to make a tea out of it. Another is to eat it straight. You will not want to do that because it is as bitter as a scorned lover. Perhaps with some chocolate? Tea is probably the best option. Of course, there is always a third option that requires you not to taste it at all, but that is only for the most adventurous of adventurers.
Wait, what method is that?
Go on.
Up rather than down.
your nose?
Why would you
Loa.
want to do that with mushrooms? Why not just put them in like the fish pies or something?
Are you supposed to like put it up your bum to like be a cork to stop something?
No, it will send you on a personal journey of enlightenment.
They're toxic and will make you hallucinate.
They will help you commune with
Oh.
the divine.
Quick.
Oh,
Who has the mushrooms? I want to stick.
Is there anything I could roll to see if he's blowing smoke up?
No, he's talking about putting mushrooms up. You could roll me insight.
do you think that that's a good idea? Right before we are going to do what we're going to do?
I rolled a 19 plus 8.
He is saying it with the flat, like, just straight knowledge of someone who has experienced it. He's like, yes,
Hazeal
you-
has absolutely known somebody who has done this.
Kelara has treated a mercenary camp. She absolutely knows somebody who's done this too, and she's
Yeah.
had to treat it.
So,
Can we make sure you don't do that until after?
Who are you talking to?
You're buying the mushrooms.
But Riz is
Yes.
looking curious.
Yeah, I am
And
super curious.
That's also what I'm afraid of. Can we make sure that we're about to do something very important? Can we just wait until after?
Okay.
the effects last about 6 hours. Depending on physiology. On the dwarf, it would probably be closer to 4, maybe 3. They are hardier and stronger of constitution.
This is true.
On gnomes, like an
Um,
hour, though, it doesn't make any sense to me,
Weird.
right?
This is a healing potion.
I have 5 of those. And also, let's see, I have oil of slipperiness, which is very good at making things slippery. I have a filter, I never know how to pronounce this. I have a love potion, which I will only sell to people if they promise to use it consensually. It's good for reviving marriage and anniversaries.
I would like the potion of slipperiness.
It's not. I must warn you, it is oil of slipperiness, not a potion of slipperiness. If you drink
drink
it,
it.
you will have a very unfortunate 12 hours, because it also will function as an intestinal lubricant.
So only drink it if you want to get rid of the effects of the mushrooms.
Oh, that'll fix the mushrooms like that.
I
Yeah.
may know some dwarven tricks for that.
That sounds great. Honestly, let's yeah.
So you lather somebody in oil to make them more slippery.
Or you spread it on the ground to make the ground slippery.
This is true.
I
Yes.
like Godfrey's idea.
Yeah, I was thinking of just getting all oiled up and he was slippery kinder.
Now,
It's a good
I
title of a song.
must say, if you're going to grease yourself up, it does take a while, about 10 minutes to grease yourself up to make sure you get into all of the nooks and crannies.
But I'm a lot
Wonders have
smaller than
many
like
crannies.
a human size.
Can this have more crannies than you would expect? And even a couple more nooks.
Why? Don't you go talking about my nooks like that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overstep. My best friend is a Kenda.
Oh, which one?
With Finkeldump. His name is Rusbeck Finkeldump. We're
Hey.
old friends. Oh,
He's
you
old.
know him.
Of
He's
course.
usually down at the Salt Lick.
That's where we met him.
Oh,
I performed last night alongside him.
I don't go to the Salt Lick very often because, you know, I'm in a program.
Oh, I was gonna say you got kicked out.
I chose to leave of my own volition. So I've also got potions of climbing made out of authentic lizard scale. They'll help you climb. Just make sure that when you're at the top, you have plenty of time to come back down. That happened once to a friend of mine. God rest his soul. Oh, he didn't die from the potion. He slipped in the tub.
Completely unrelated.
They were like a month apart. I have to assume. And then I also have the potions of healing, as I said. But also, I do have poisons, which should only be used for rats and other vermin.
We know
I
some
don't think
rats.
anyone here is
Sure.
interested in poison.
And then I have potions of resistance. Unfortunately, and he'll hold up this kind of like swirling rainbow patterned like glitter potion. I never really managed to figure out which one. So it kind of decides for you when you drink it.
That sounds entertaining.
Yeah,
We should have that.
Yeah, we need to get that. We need to get that. Sorry, I was so excited. I was just, I was muttering to myself under my breath. Or did you cast a silence spell on me again, Hazeal?
Oh, you can cast magic. Excellent. So you know about are you going for your purple robes as well? Okay.
This is gonna be a hand over Zira's mouth as she disappears into the plants. So,
Whoops.
So, besides that, I also have some admixtures that I've been attempting to stabilize, but cannot tell you what they do. They could do wonderful things, or they could do very bad things to you. But as for these, you seem like nice folks. Normally, I would charge as much as 100 pieces of steel. For you, I'll do 80. Per potion. And oil.
Again, does that seem like a reasonable...
Make me an insight roll.
Cool. 14?
14? It's a little pricey. But, I mean, you haven't been to that many shops that sell this type of thing.
It's true.
It's not dissimilar to what was being sold by the shop in Kalin, if there were any potions there. But I mean, seems like the ingredients are a little easier to get if they follow some of the alchemy that you know about.
Okay.
what if we do a bulk order? We buy at least 4 of them. What do you think?
I feel like
50?
Can you do like a buy 5 get 1 free or something?
buy 5 get 1 free. 4 times 50, 4 times 80 presently would be 320 steel pieces. And then the 4 would be 400. That is a negotiation that we should enter into, I suppose. Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll, anybody who's trying to push it. So who wants to be the prime?
I will
Can I
help
aid?
Aurontiros.
Yeah, I was gonna say help Aurontiros.
Okay, you guys are going to try to help Aurontiros haggle.
Yep.
Yeah.
How does the help thing work?
You'll have advantage. So Kelara, looking around, you're going to see that there are quite a few gems behind the bar. including
Ain't
diamonds.
Oh, also, we have 921 regular steel as well. Just have that in my inventory too.
Ooh, I rolled a 2 and a 20.
A 2 and a 20.
Nice.
Na- natural
if
20
you want the
or-
actual number, yeah, nat 20. But if you want the actual
I
number,
do actually. Yeah.
that is enhance. Persuasion is +8.
Plus 8, 28. Okay, let me
Nice.
roll to see how well he resists. You know, if you want the bulk deal, selling them for 50 is a bit less than I can probably do. But between your friend's offer and your offer, I'm sure we can find a middle ground. So how about we say, if you buy these 4 healing potions, I'll throw in the 5th one. And the oil would normally be 100. So you can take all of them for 350.
All the potions.
With the 5 potions and the 1 oil of slipperiness.
350?
350 steel coins.
Yeah. Did we want anything else there, or is that good?
What? Are those diamonds?
Yes, indeed. I also harbor all manner of precious stone.
What sort of quality are they?
They are pretty fine quality. He'll pull a key out of his shirt and will unlock the case, pull it out, and set a couple of the diamonds down in front of you. They're each about the size of a hazelnut.
Okay.
A couple of them are the size of like a chestnut. And they sparkle quite brilliantly in the lamplight and the alchemical lamplight.
Okay. Can she sort through them and try and figure out which ones would work for Revivify, which is diamonds worth 300 gold?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she'll try and pull out a couple, potentially, and see what she can get them for.
Are you interested in buying diamonds? I don't do settings here if you want them on a ring or a pendant
Oh,
or a piercing.
no, I'll use some for something.
Oh, excellent. So those there are, those are 500 steel coins. Typically, I have a feeling you're going to try to negotiate with me. You have that kind of face.
I don't know if that... Is that a good thing? Or
I
bad?
think so.
Oh, well then. Thank you for the compliment.
I believe in mercantilism.
She's going to try and haggle by starting at 200.
At to 200. Make me a
Oh
persuasion roll.
yes, I mean, you see the flaws here and here.
The only flaw that I see is in your offer.
Well, what would you consider more reasonable?
Make me a persuasion roll.
Can Riz aid Kelara by
How are you
dropping
going to
down
aid?
some of,
How are you going to aid? What
some
are you
of
gonna do?
the orange gemstones that
I'm
we
going
have?
to.
What about a
stand-
trade?
I'm also going to stand close to Kelara and just kind of look nervously and be like, "Oh, diamonds! Those are expensive. You really know your diamonds, huh?"
What'd you get on that, Christine?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of look at Godfrey and be like, "Don't help
Is that-
you either."
Is that your
Every-
favorite gemstone?
Listen, son, every girl likes diamonds. And most boys do too. You would look pretty spiffy with a diamond ring, Mr. Knight. This one guy I knew used to go to billiards halls wearing these big diamond rings, and he was bad news, but he looked real good. Anyway,
But yeah.
the trade is probably a good idea. Those are those interesting gems you've got there.
Aye, we found them from the depths of a old altar.
Are you
and
from
we recovered
Kenda
them.
home?
Aye, yeah.
You've got a strong accent. It's very melodic.
Oh, well, thank you. Don't know why I changed it right there, but yeah, thank you very much.
I just appreciate people with different ways of speaking. So, those gems.
You have
200.
certificates. You have certificates of.
I can write them for you.
Oh well, they were ethically sourced, I assume.
They were. What ethnicity do you think I used to source them?
This one's all you, Kelara.
Dwarves.
I mean, dwarven labor is as ethnic as you want it to be. Wait, did you say ethnic or ethical?
Yes. Don't
Either
care
way,
about it.
dwarves. Always dwarves. If you, like, I don't even know why we're talking about this. If you need something mined, you ask the dwarves.
Oh, interesting. And what do you think of the elves?
I'm wearing makeup. Stop.
Is it just the Christopher Walken saying the dwarves?
Go, both.
All right. Well, I desperately look up how much gold were these worth?
900.
900.
I have it in my character sheet.
Ah, there it is, right there, literally on the page. Okay.
Didn't believe me when I said 900 earlier?
So those are very nice stones.
Aye.
Did you source them from dwarves as well?
No, we got them ourselves.
But
So they
technically,
were
did your
handpicked.
friend here, points at Hazeal, find them?
Yeah, but that was one dwarf, not dwarves.
Well, you've got me there with the semantics.
Yep.
Never let it be said that Lavender does not admit when he has been overwhelmed by linguistical arguments.
It's a good name for a song.
Logistical linguistical arguments.
That is not remotely what I
That's
said.
not what he said.
But I'm sure that it sounded good inside of your Kendo brain.
Yeah.
That is not me slamming you. It is a mystical, magical thing.
Oh yeah, and it's a bit smaller too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I've seen.
Well, we're missing the part in the brains that most humanoids have apparently, because apparently we don't.
Oh,
feel
the
fear.
lizard brain.
No, the fear brain.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
the
why
lizard.
not?
The lizard brain.
Wait, are you guys lizards?
They do look a little lizardly.
Well, that you too. You're also something.
Oh yeah.
I forget what you said you were when we walked in the door.
A wizard.
I'm.
A wizard.
I'm not a lizard. I'm a wizard.
Oh yeah, but I
Can we really be sure?
I don't remember what you look like.
Oh, to be able to lick my eyeball right now to freak you out. Trade me.
What
These-
race was he, Kelly?
He's human. He's human.
He's
just
human.
Just a
I thought
dude.
so, but I didn't remember.
You're
Trying
a
to get to
wizard,
that.
Hazeal.
Hazeal, you're a wizard. Cal,
No,
you brought this upon us.
I should be charged with crimes against.
Yes.
Crime.
Crimes against dwarves.
Also,
I hate you all. Tears and false lashes feels fucking weird.
Okay, all right. Back into. So,
We'll
I mean,
take
nice.
your entire stock.
I will take your entire stock of. So you can take 3 of these diamonds. I will do a flat exchange. 3 of
Wait.
these.
but they're special diamonds. I mean, special gemstones.
They're very special diamonds.
Could I get like a little one for like to put in my ear?
You're very nice, Kenda, but I'm not in the habit of giving away diamonds to anybody.
No, but you see, these gems are worth they're worth like a little bit more than 3 diamonds. They're special.
All right, make me a deception roll.
Can I give her-
Deception. Deception, huh? Oh,
That's my
I think I-
highest.
You may roll
I
with
rolled-
advantage because of Cal.
Oh, thank you, Cal. I rolled a 7 for that first one. And then I rolled a 9. Plus 6 is 15.
6.
Look, I'm sure that they are very nice gems. I will give you a discount for your ear. A diamond about the size of a pea
Yeah?
for 50 coins. Unless you have other gems or other
Okay.
things to trade.
Aurontiros will pull out that prism that depicting a magic, like a dancing girl
Oh,
that they got from the Curiosities shop.
what is this?
It's a crystal, nothing more. But if you hold it this way, it will show you your dreams.
My dreams.
And yeah, he's gonna hand him the the prism and cast prestidigitation.
Oh. To make it do what?
To make it seem like he's in a dreamscape with a long lost love. And I know that's not what prestidigitation
it's not quite what
does, but Aurontiros doesn't know the limits of himself yet, and he's gonna
Okay.
try.
So that, but like smaller.
Yeah.
It
It
smells
smells like rose water.
like rose water. And there's a dancing girl inside of this prism. Oh.
The dancing
she's,
queen.
she's showing her babbies.
Is she young and sweet?
I don't want to
If
look
you-
at this. Only 17.
Oh.
If you turn it the other way, her clothes go back on. I don't know.
Oh, they do. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a fair trade. Like my coffee. Ethically
Oh.
sourced.
Ethnically sourced from the Kender.
Yeah.
I could so see Kender as like coffee roasters and
My
growers.
second favorite Kenda.
That's
Huandel
first.
Huandel Bump Valdez and his trusty goat. I already said my favorite Kenda. He's my best friend. Finkeldump. What's funny about Finkeldump?
Rizira, stop laughing at Finkeldump's name. He's named after an honorable Kender tradition.
Well, yeah, you
I
can
thought
have
my
this.
song of the Finkeldump Festival. Remember the dumping of the Finkles? Oh, how they dumped the Finkles down the hill and the children
that-
have to dodge them.
Was that I heard the song echoing last night? That was you.
Guilty
Oh.
as charged.
Well, I think that I will take the prism in return for this tiny diamond. And I will hold close this tiny dancer. Is there anything else?
No, you see,
Magical.
I'm pretty much a material girl, so I think I'll take my diamonds because they're my best friend.
That is fair. We are living in a capitalist hellscape.
You live in a hippie commune inside of a mountain.
Yeah, I moved here to get away from the rat race.
Or just rats.
Very literally, I was working as a rat jockey.
How big were these rats? Oh, okay, everybody. Does everyone have everything they need?
I'm pretty big. That's all I will say about that.
The legal rat races, underground rat races.
Okay, Riz will hand over the gems and the steel coins. Clink,
Excellent.
clink, 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 clink.
Is there anything else you would like? Do
No,
you
I
need-
think we've had just about enough of this.
I also have diamond dust. If you like your diamonds ground, which is different than sky diamonds, which is
all
what you will
ground
be
diamonds.
seeing with the mushrooms.
Oh, right, we got that as well. Oh, we're gonna have quite a night. I need to find a post. So then I can stick this diamond on a post, and then I can stick it on my ear.
Oh, I have one.
Oh, lovely. Oh, you pierced my ear. Later, Aurontiros.
can do
I
that.
also can sell you some rubbing alcohol to sterilize the piercing.
Oh no, he's got his
You've
elven
got
magic.
ethanol.
He's got elven
I have
magic.
elphanol.
Made of
Get
real
out.
apples.
Godfrey's gonna just kind of quietly ask, is there a use for diamond dust?
Oh yeah. Magic.
A famous wrestler
Alternatively-
from about 25 years ago.
Putting it on your skin with glue.
What?
Your skin with glue.
Yeah, so
I
you
think we
glitter,
kinda
you
wait
shine
outside.
you shine like a diamond.
Godfrey's just gonna back up out of the store.
I've been
Hazel
to,
is literally just standing there like this, trying to not laugh.
to some wild parties. So,
You seem like you're good to party with.
Yeah.
oh, I'm the best.
Oh, but we have to go, don't we? Unless, and Aurontiros
to
is going to
go.
turn and look at Hazel. Unless we're spending one more night here.
We have to go.
I also have special herbs from Kendaholm.
Oh,
If
you
you
got
want.
some like long bottom leaf to you.
Yeah. That's what we'll call it.
I think we've had enough long bottom leaf for today.
It seems like you're pretty giggly already.
You know what, sure, let's get the long bottom leaf too.
I have
When
to
we're done,
ask,
we're just going to get.
are any
super
of
high.
you, none of you are town
We're not
guards,
narcs.
right?
No, we're not narcs.
You have to tell
Do
me.
we look like and he turns and looks at Godfrey. He turns at Godfrey, and Aurontiros stands in front
Godfrey's-
of Godfrey, and then
Godfrey-
goes, "Do any of us look like town guards?"
Godfrey left. He quietly walked back out of here.
Now that the narcs are gone, we're
Good. That guy
Where's
looked...
Selevna?
Sir Levna, like, stepped out at the beginning. She's like, nah, I'm good. Like, that guy looked like a knock.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're trying to reform him.
How much do you want? Like, a little baggie? Or do you want, like... I also
you have them pre-done in like almost like sort of like cigarette form.
Oh, no. You would be
no,
inhaling
we take it in
paper.
the no. You gotta take it in the wizard pipe. That's the best.
Oh right, yeah, we have to do the pipe.
Now, do you mean take it in the wizard pipe? Or like I was suggesting
No.
earlier?
No.
And take it in the wizard pipe. Do you mean yeah, tell you what. You give me 10 steel coins. I'll hook you up.
Hazeal, do you have 10 steel coins?
I don't worry. I've got lots of steel coins. You hear like a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of clinking in Rizira's bag.
Give him 15 and ask for the good stuff.
No, I'll give him 11 because then that brings us down to a nice round number.
Oh, that's even more
11.
important than profit.
Right?
So here,
11 steel.
I'll give you this as well. And he'll hand you a hand-carved wizard pipe.
All right.
Like, the end of the pipe is a wizard's head. And it has a little hinge. So, like, it doesn't look like a pipe.
Oh, my
It's got, like, a
goodness.
big wizard hat at the end of this, like, pipe.
Fuck. I
and it-
love this.
Blow into the pipe.
Whoa.
And as you blow into the pipe, the hat goes... and, like, flaps on it.
That's really cool. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to find my thing. So, quotation mark, long bottom leaf.
In quotations.
Bottom leaf and wizard pipe.
That
Okay.
is a special of Bam the Bard.
Oh, he's a bard now. I thought he was a wizard.
Oh no, you don't sauce your candle leaf from wizards. You'll have the munchies. You want to go with a bard, so you'll still be lucid. More of a body bliss, really.
Instead of a bardy break.
Yeah, sure. You're the customer. You know what they
I
say.
hope so.
All transactions are final.
And with that,
What?
we bid you good day.
And with
Yeah,
that,
we leave.
you all head outside just in time to see Clyster being like, y'all have been in there for quite a while. Y'all okay?
Hazel's just red faced, I think, with like
Maybe.
tears running.
Let me find my
Just be like-
diamonds.
Oh yeah, here you go. Pass
Oh,
over
thank
3
you.
diamonds.
Okay. This will be useful if any of you die again.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What?
You guys have died before?
What?
Only a
They've
little.
almost died. Close enough.
But is
I
that
don't
like
know.
a
Get back
almost
up
dead
real
dead, or is
easily.
that? Can you actually like from the dead?
Well, I mean, as long as I get to you within a minute.
What
Yeah,
happens after the minute?
You die. die.
Oh, snap.
And I can't help you at that point.
Wait, see, but if it's before then, you can bring us back?
Oh, I thought you were buying those for Godfrey.
Well, I mean, if you get stabbed, yes.
Thank you. I get stabbed a lot.
I mean, if any of you get stabbed and die.
Well, y'all, I think if you're ready, I can take you back to your camp now.
All right.
I think we could probably be there. Well, I mean, it's about 11th bell now. Well, depending on what time they do it, we could probably be there for lunch.
Before Aurontiros leaves, I've been reading the spell Plant Growth, and it kind of like enriches in an area. Let me quickly bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, plant growth. The growth of plants. That growth. Yes, plant growth can
plant
be
growth,
used.
The growth, yeah. And it
The growth
says there's long-term benefits.
Yeah.
All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown, and a creature moving through the area, blah, blah, blah. But you can exclude... sorry. Oh, that's if you cast it over 8 hours, you enrich the land.
Yeah, you got to do like a big casting.
That's like a big, like, ritual.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
wow,
you
that's
come back and you can plant.
Yeah, you can start your
oats.
own. The chat thinks you're starting a grow op, but
What? Well,
it's
Aurontiros
legal in
knows
the
where he's
Northern Waste,
retiring.
guys. That's Canada.
Oh my
The Northern
gosh.
Waste.
The Northern
Facts.
Waste is totally.
Ouch. My truth organ.
You choose
Okay.
Oregon.
Carry on.
All right. So, with that, you head out to go and meet up with the rest of the army, which I think after that scene is probably a good place for us to take a quick break, folks. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to you, the chat. Hello.
Oh no.
Hello,
Christopher-
chat. I'm
Lavender
stuck
came
in
with
this
us in the chat.
mode.
No.
Was that an okay, Christopher Walken? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
good.
The pauses were right on time.
It's hard to do. God, he was so good in Severance, though. Everybody should watch Severance. It's real good.
Oh yeah.
Right? It was real
good.
good. So hey everybody, good to see you here. Hope you are having fun. I'm going to try not to do more Christopher Walken voices. Blame Cal.
Oh, I
Yeah,
do.
I said Gandalf. And then
I could have done Gandalf. Yes, I could have.
So thank Cal.
No, Jen is blaming me. I'll pay for it somehow.
He'll pay for it.
Fireball.
My God.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I've been telling people that Paradox just finds people I talk to, so I just gotta talk to you a little bit. It's
You're gonna
fine.
spring a your house is gonna spring a
no.
very bad leak soon, is what it's gonna be, because that's what
Okay,
happens in this
let's
house.
not talk about that because I literally almost thought I wasn't gonna come to game tonight. 10 minutes before I needed to start to get ready because I went into my bedroom and I saw my it's one of those lights that has like the glass like ceiling bowl thing.
It's a
And I
boob
went
light.
to my it's a boob light, yes.
The boob
And I
light.
went in and I saw
Michael boob
there
light.
was a brown ring in it, and then I went and touched it, and it went sloosh sloosh. So there was water inside my light in my bedroom, because my landlords yesterday, their kitchen burst a pipe, because fun fact, don't put coffee grounds down your sink because they will harden like cement. They don't just flow or flush things through. They will
Noted for the
harden
future.
like cement. Yeah. So they burst a pipe yesterday, and so it turns out that some of the water that was from that pipe burp just like trickled down into the floor and got there, hopefully, fingers crossed. So let's not talk about leaks jokingly, because I almost thought I wasn't coming to game tonight dealing with a leak in my ceiling.
Game
in
was
my
almost
bedroom.
cursed tonight. We were all just
Yeah.
there's various things, and then that, and it was like, oh, is the universe trying to tell us something? But no,
All right.
Lavender Walken needed to live.
Yes.
He walked so that Samuel
Lavender
L.
walked
Jackson.
so we could. Damn it.
What?
No, you were on the same page. I didn't
So
mean
that
to
Samuel
interrupt. I
L.
was like,
Walken Soth could run. You just want to walk up to Lord Soth and have him be like, "Motherfucker!"
Oh my god. That's your Lord Saw.
Lavender Walken. So Lord Soth
Running.
could run. Nin.
That's I think Lord Soth is now Samuel L. Jackson, unless you already had a voice picked out for him.
I did.
At
I did.
which
I
point
did have
I
one.
do want to hear Samuel L. Jackson Lord Soth at some point.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of all these motherfucking dragons in this motherfucking plane. Yeah.
Oh, plane of existence.
I was playing
Yeah.
existence. Yeah. So you're
It's a
doing a
material
deep
plane.
cut there, and then another deep cut and another deep cut. Let's roll to see if I can deep cut Godfrey. Well, that was a 26.
Are you deep
Ooh.
cut yet?
The deepest of cuts.
Yep.
Well, you know what they say. First cut is the deepest. Baby, I know. All right. So I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. A couple things to announce to you. So, folks, I've been seeing a little uptick. A bunch of people have been joining the Patreon. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. I have been discussing with some of the patrons over at patreon.com/dorktales about starting a new tier. So, as some of you know, for the Strixhaven games, recently we just broadcast the Strixhaven summer specials. And I wrote the summer specials. They were modules that I created for the adventures. And I think they were like really pretty fun. And people seem to really like them. So I got to thinking like of making a tier for Patreon where I write adventure modules once a month. Like I write a module that's like, I don't know, 4 to 8 pages. Like you don't really need much for a module to really go through. And yeah, so if people are interested in that, let me know in our Discord. And if you're not on our Discord, join the Discord. I'd love to write some of these modules. Some people have asked that I write high-level modules. High-level modules are a pain in the butt, but maybe.
Because
I
there
love-
aren't enough of them.
Well, there aren't enough. Well, it's because there's so many options at higher levels. It's really hard to think your way around certain things and provide, you know,
Mm.
it's very
to provide
easy
it.
at high levels just to like solve everything with a single spell.
Fair, and I can understand why it's
Mm.
difficult. However, I definitely think the market is heavily saturated with low
Low
level
level.
stuff.
Yeah.
Low level adventures.
Well,
the
and that's the
best.
thing that doesn't suck, but it's like it's as a player, it's like especially with these modules, like you get to level 11 and 12 or something 10, you just start getting good, and whenever you pick a class, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go look at my class and see what's good until the beginning levels, because I'm like looking at like level 14 and above. We're not getting there, and it's just kind of like all these cool things I want to be able to do. Like, never gonna get that
Yeah.
with this character, unfortunately.
I'm sorry. I'll see what I can
That's
do.
okay.
That's all right. Kelly will do Dragonlance, the returning.
The returning Dragonlance
Returning.
2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. So yeah, that's an option that could be kind of cool. But I have been seeing an uptick over there. I wanted to let everybody know that we've had a couple of schedule changes that are coming to the Patreon. Number one, after this Strixhaven game that we just did, our Patreon game, not the rebroadcast that you guys are going to get if you're watching not on the Patreon, there's going to be a 1 game break. So we're coming back in a month rather than in 2 weeks, just because we're between seasons and we need to wait for a couple of things to be finished. for that. And also, it's summer, so people need a week off, basically. Also, Panic at the Citadel is not going to be this Sunday. For those of you who are watching on Patreon, it's being moved to July 9th, which means that there's going to be 2 panics in July rather than just one. But there was a family visiting, basically, in the middle of the game, and it just wasn't going to work out. So we bumped that.
And then also one of my fairies got moved, and yeah.
It just worked out that the
worked out.
canceling was a good idea because my parents were like, it's my parents are coming up to visit me because they haven't seen me since I moved, and they're bringing the puppy, which is like my requirement for them to come see me. Is to bring
you
the
have the
puppy.
important family never come.
Yeah.
Killy.
Yeah.
You said there were modules, new Patreon tier.
I didn't say there was. I said I was considering it.
Oh, okay. What I was wondering, what kind of what kind
Title?
of things were you thinking of? What kind of frequency?
Like once a month.
Once a month? Cool.
Once a month is good. So I was thinking that it would be like manuscript copies, because then if I wanted to clean it up and sell it to everybody who's not on the Patreon later, I could. But it would be basically like text. Right. So text with tables and stuff. Kind of like what I did for Krista when she was running Strixhaven.
Nice.
So could
I
be
have
good.
I have a point. I don't know.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out if I should say it or not.
What's your point?
Not that I mean, they're on our Patreon and are doing this to support us, but it also, you may want a watermark or something on it too, not just text files, just in
That's
case.
fair. That's fair. I think I like to trust the goodness of people, but yeah, there are
me
people
too,
who just show up on
which
Patreon.
is why I'm like, do I
Well,
say this or not, or do we cover and say this to make sure?
No,
we
no,
cover
no.
our
I think it's fair and valid that you share it, because the audience, like, you just guys deserve to know. Here's another example of this. Like, I believe that like most things should be available for people who can't afford to pay for them. If they legitimately can't afford to pay for them, like, you should. Entertainment should not be behind it. That's why most of the Dorktale stuff, except for the podcast, isn't behind a paywall. It'll eventually make it public. Like I've always been pretty open about that. But even so, I was just one of the writers on Vampire the Requiem 2nd edition, which is a fan product that is available on Storyteller's Vault. And there's already like Reddit, 4chan, a bunch of people like sharing illegal copies, like ripped copies of our book immediately. And it's like, guys, like, we're not a company. Like, we're a bunch of, we don't get paid if people don't buy this. It's not like we got paid up front, and people are like, ripping off the book and giving it away, which, like, it kind of puts me in that position where I'm like, oh, man, I get it, but come on.
If it was tens of thousands and you were this huge, it'd be one thing if you're like, it's like I had a friend who's like, oh yeah, I shoplift like from here or like there or whatever, and I'm like, whoa, dude, really? And it's just like, yeah, fuck Walmart. I would never steal from like a mom and pop shop though. And I'm like, so modern Robin Hoods do exist. It's kind of like that. If I can, but it's kind of like that. Like maybe give the people that are like doing it because they're passionate for it some bones.
Yeah, like,
it's not like you're charging like $90.
I think it's like $25 or something like that right now, and it's like, it's big. Is she a big book? She's like 200 pages plus. Like, it's real good, and it's like,
wow, that is big.
It is. And Sam, like the developer, commissioned a bunch of art like out of his own pocket for it, and like it's really a work of love more than it is a work of profit, which is, you can really feel when you're reading it. It's very, very high quality.
Don't steal from the farmer's market.
Don't steal from the farmer's market,
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's basically it. Like, but I mean, I'm going to just hope that the people who are sharing my book can't afford to pay for it. Because it's really the only thing you can do, is try to look at it and hope that, people are good, right? Yeah. Or maybe, like, and if it's one thing if they're like, oh, I'm going to read it, and if I like it, I buy it. That's totally cool too. Some
people jive. Some people think like that, yeah.
Some people really do, and some people like live like that, and I think that's good. I think that if you can support your artist though, like if you're enjoying products or if you're enjoying like somebody's stuff, like watch their videos, you know, give them ad revenue. If you can't do that,
That's what I like about, I forget what online bookstore did it, but there's one that did the free chapter. So you could read a chapter of the book for free. You could download the chapter as a PDF and read it.
Amazon
and
does
then
that too,
decide.
don't they?
I think Amazon
Is
does,
it
or
Kindle?
Google might do it.
I
I
think a lot
forget
of
what she
places
does.
do now.
But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the free chapter. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I want to, if this book is
I
going to be
believe-
helpful for me or useful. Yeah.
I believe you can do it with Kindle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like that's a
'Cause,
great thing, because you get a teaser of the book, and then you can decide if you want to support.
Well,
and
as
actually
a
read it all.
writer, like the hook is your job. Like it's your job to do that.
Mhm.
If you can't write a prologue or an opening chapter with a bit of a hook, then you need to go back to the drawing board, because a lot of artists don't understand that part of your job is selling yourself. Like you're selling your work, you're selling yourself, and it's weird because I have a lot of artist friends, right? Like I have a BFA, right? So I went to art school, and a lot of them are like, yeah, people will appreciate me for my own value. It's like, no, they're not. They won't. Like they're not going to know unless you sell yourself. Like you either are going to have to hire a publicist or something like that, or you're going to have to be like, this book is good. It doesn't matter if you think your book's good. Tell people you think your book's good. You got it, because nobody else is gonna. No, if you say this, if you tell people that your book is full of all this mediocrity, then they're not gonna. They're gonna believe you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was in a panel over the weekend at OxPathCon with a bunch of people who were like really positive, but they were also a little self-depreciating on their stuff, and I'm like, no, man, you can't do that. You gotta. It is better to come off slightly arrogant in those things than it is to come off self-depreciating. But but speaking of creative projects, before we head back in, there is one last thing I want to say real quick, and that's
Episode 5 of Paradox, a Mage the Ascension podcast.
is now out, and
Episode 6
will be out this Friday. I also
Yes, it will.
yeah. Also, I did have a slight delay in getting the Dragonlance podcast out today. It will be out. I'm going to try to get it out tonight. So sorry if anybody was looking to listen to it same day on Wednesday for, I think we're on episode 16 or 17. I'll check in a minute. I also am going to do my best to have Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, out on Friday. Episode 0, I think the session 0 will be out. What's episode 6 about, Jen? Of the Mage podcast.
It is
You're a
a
mage.
deep dive into the forces sphere.
Oh boy.
So it's 15 minutes about me talking forces magic.
It's only 15 minutes. Everybody should download that and give it 5 stars.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Boom,
the
boom.
episodes with you, Kelly, are the super long ones at about an hour, but everything else is like 10 to 15 minutes tops.
I know you're not going to do it, but you should set up a Patreon for it.
I thought about it, but it's not right now there's no point.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, I think
And
I just figured
where,
out
where
that
am I going to get the time to do more things,
This is
Kelly?
true.
Do
This is true.
you have time magic?
yes, but it only hurts me. But if anybody
Right?
was wondering, I think I just figured it out with that
When it's time for Lord Soth, you will know. It is time for Lord Soth.
getting a little closer.
Yeah.
A little
that's
bit.
good.
Maybe hold it a little farther away from the mic.
A little farther away from the microphone.
Yeah, there's
I am
this like
Lord
pinging,
Soth.
ringing sound that is coming through when you're like talking into the glass.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was
very
trying to go for that.
high-pitched. Oh, you
Go
like,
for a little more posh. Not
So
quite
Jen-
British, but
Your podcast has finally shown up on the app I use.
Excellent.
I can actually listen
Download
to you
that
on the bus in the
podcast
morning now.
today,
Yay!
boy.
Lord Soth, more like Lord Sloth.
more like Lord Goth.
more
Lord
like
God- Lord God is
Definitely
accurate.
Lord Goth.
Lord Goth. All right, folks. I think it's time for us to actually do some. It's time now that we've walked. It's time to run. All right, you guys ready to head back in?
Away. Yep.
yeah.
Kind of like Willem Dafoe with a voice modulator. I can't do his face. He's got too many wrinkles. What is the best podcast app? Wherever you find the Dork Tales podcast.
And Paradox.
And Paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it
Personally,
depends
I
on...
like the Podcast Addict app.
I
It has
use
a lot of settings.
Podbean. I use No, I don't use Podbean. We're on
I use
Podbean.
Overcast. It's
What-
great.
the-
You can turn on voice boom so you can actually hear people. It's nice.
I like with
We're,
Podcast
we're hosted
Addict,
on Podbean.
I can set it so that when I've listened to an episode, it deletes it.
Mm.
So I don't have to go through and manually
that's
get rid of
nice.
them.
That's
And I
nice.
start at it automatically
use
starts
that
me at
too.
the oldest
Nice.
instead of the newest. So I
We
can
all
listen
got
in order.
podcasts here.
We all got
Fair, yeah.
podcasts.
I mean,
Everybody follow-
I use Google Podcasts, but that's just because it's easy for me. So
All right. And yeah, so enjoy those. Follow us on podcast. All right, folks, let's head back in to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, right here on Dork Tales. Hello and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. The trip back takes you a bit of time. But, true enough, Clystron is right. You're back before the ending of the last lunch at the camp. You make your way into the side of the encampment that's been hastily set up by Darrett and his crew. Tents dot around the horizon, and scouts beckon you. Well, pardon me, they herald your approach. Before long, you find yourself standing amidst all of the many, many tents and peoples here, as Darrett approaches you, besought in his full armor. My friends, I was worried when you didn't arrive last night. How is everything? And you've brought a new friend. Hi. Well met.
Sorry, sir. Darrett, we didn't mean to worry you. We needed to save somebody, and well, we're ready now.
In hindsight, we probably should have used the far gab to let you know that we weren't missing.
Fair. So, come into my tent. We have much to discuss. Leading you inside of his tent. Oh, and yes, Dalamar met you at the end, at the exit. Yes, Dalamar was there the entire time.
I just remembered.
Yeah. You know, if he was a spy,
It's the
he'd be
2.5
having a great
men.
time.
It's a 2.5 men meme. I think we're missing something. No.
Dalamar's at soccer
Dalamar.
practice.
And down in the rain.
Yep.
So, going with Clystron and Dalamar and Levna. I think that's everybody. We forgot Kevin, but that's fine. Kevin! No.
Kevin sucks anyway.
Yeah.
Kevin!
Yeah. Setting up those traps around Hearts Hollow. All right. So with all of that, you will arrive and head inside of Darrett's tent. So, we've done a preliminary search of the area around us, but there isn't much, well, our scouts could have seen more, for my comfort. What have you discovered? Who is this new friend of yours? Perhaps. I'm a gad. My name's Clystron.
He's well versed in the ways of the Northern Waste, and
Yeah,
hopefully
one of the-
can lead us closer to it quickly.
Yeah, he's a local.
Well, I could also take you to that camp up north, where they're holding them prisoners.
How large is the camp?
A couple dozen of them, maybe a dozen. Really not too many, but some of them big scaly buggers.
So we should get like a small strike force and just try and go in there real fast and quick.
I think they got them captured. They could probably keep them as hostages if they saw the army approaching.
My thoughts exactly. Do you feel comfortable leading a strike force? Perhaps to extract. We'll go with
We are the
extract.
strike force. Right, Levna?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a strike force. After the night I had, I want to hit something.
Well, let's not get too hasty. Perhaps we should go in, well, you should go in, I suppose, with a bit of stealth and guile. Retrieve the things that you're looking for, and then get out. And then if need be, the army can tackle the rest of the encampment.
Save the prisoners. Get
That's a
them
reasonable
out.
plan.
I agree. Beyond that, have you learned where the City of Lost Names is?
Ooh. Believe
Yeah,
we
actually.
have.
Yeah, we have. Boy, if I marked it down on the map right here. It just let me pull out the map.
Dalamar will kind of lean in from the door. If needed, I could be of service. He leans over and points where you unroll the map.
I thought that was a subtle thing, so you could.
To the
show us
best of
map.
To the best of my knowledge, I believe it is at the giant's spine.
Good. If you feel comfortable taking care of the camp, then I would be able to move the army toward the giant spine. From here, I think it would probably take us 2 days. Or we could come along with you.
No, I think you should. I think it's probably better. We don't want them killing hostages.
Do you want us as backup nearby? I'm not certain how many scouts they have, but
Rizira's gonna look at
friends.
the rest of our party.
friends, what do you say? Do you want the army to back you up at this Camp Carrionclay? Or do you want us to meet you at the giant spine?
I think you were right about perhaps a smaller strike force that can move more swiftly or stealthily. Might be able to aid with that, especially if we move it tonight.
We would
Well.
have to. I think it's safe to say too that with our army this large, that they probably have seen that we're here. The army moving towards the giant spire might also be enough of a distraction if they see it along the way.
Good thinking.
Agreed. Well, with that in mind, then, I'll mobilize us. Once we find a way down from this plateau.
Well, you probably just want to go around the western side. There's a bit of a gradient that'll take you down, like a natural one. It kind of winds back and forth. Number of goat paths.
I thought goats were able to climb a 35-degree angle.
Actually, it's closer to 15, but yeah. Mountain goats are. But these are just, you know, ugly northern waistcoats, the big furry cans.
Plateau goats.
Well, I mean, I suppose. But I mean, that'd be like saying that you're a plateau elf right now, just because you ended up on top of this plateau. Maybe you... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wound you. Are you all right, sir?
Are there plateau dwarves?
They're hill dwarves.
So if they're mountain goats and mountain dwarves...
Wait, why are you mounting a goat?
Oh, don't act like you misheard me.
What?
I'm on to you. Oh, ignore us.
Assuredly. Sir Levna, Godfrey, Kelara, is there anything that I can do for you to help your advance?
Maybe we could stock up on some more rations.
Absolutely.
I'm sure anyone that we rescue from there might need some food.
Well, if that's all, then I'll ready the army. We've had a bit of a lazy day, thanks to waiting for you to return. So thank you for that.
Well rested.
A full belly helps a man fight harder, I find. Or I mean, a soldier. I have to watch that. Gendered language working its way into my lexicon. I've also been trying to stop saying guys. Instead, I guess I was trying for fellows, but I suppose that is also uncouth. Friends?
In Solamnia are not all people dudes?
So in Slomnia, all people are dudes. Yes. What a most excellent insight, Hazeal.
Hazeal,
I
you
am well
speak
traveled.
Solomnic?
I'm well traveled.
It's
You
true.
can pick up a few things every once in a while.
Well, so long as you put them down, eventually, Rizira.
Yeah, eventually. They get to where they're meant to be. I'm just borrowing them.
All right.
We met an interesting person that I think that you would think is most excellent.
Oh, yeah. Really? Is it this one?
Hi.
Or perhaps
yes.
your friend there? Hello.
Oh, no, not him.
That was quite rude. Dalamar Argent, by the way. Pleasure. Sir Darrett of Vogler. Pleased to meet you. I suppose it's time to head out. Best of luck at Camp Carrionclay.
Would it be possible? I don't know how we're gonna get there, but maybe if we could have a few extra horses. So if we are carrying people back and they're injured.
Oh, we don't really have any horses.
Oh, we've all just been on foot. Okay, good. Never mind. That was quite silly of me then.
Horses, I've never really gotten used to the idea of horses on boats. It just seems like trouble.
I've never really gotten used to the idea of horses or boats, so that makes sense to me.
I get that from a lot of dwarves. Is this like something that most dwarves are like uneasy around water? I suppose there aren't really any sea dwarves that I've met, at least.
It's because they're so small and dense that they can't swim. You know, like there's some dogs that can't swim because they're so muscular.
Are you calling Hazeal a dog?
No, I'm calling Hazeal like muscular.
Oh, fair.
I was going to go a different direction, but all right. I'll let you slide with muscular.
Oh, I had just assumed that there's no lakes and oceans in the mountain.
Oh, that too.
Usually, yeah.
I suppose that we could sit here and debate the presence of underground lakes and riverways for a while, but I should probably mobilize the army, friends. Head to the mess tent and supply yourself with whatever you would like.
Thank you.
May the gods be with you, and the goodness of Kryn.
And with you. Good
Sure.
luck.
Of course.
Hopefully we'll be meeting up with you soon.
Oh, and Sir Godfrey. Well, Godfrey. He'll offer a hand out to you.
I'll clasp his back.
He'll like pull you in and give you a pat on the back. Excellent work, my friend. Levin told me about the dance. Ha. He'll kind of say it to your ear, like away from Kelara.
Godfrey will go quite red about that and just thank you.
I look forward to seeing your fancy footwork soon.
Good. Lots of drill practice. Let's go.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'd like to drill something.
Rizira.
All right. You acquire your rations. And anything you would need, any basic supplies. And then, directed by Clystern, you head to the east. The walk takes very little time at all. It's about 14 miles away from where you are, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But between Clystern's directions and your gift from Habakkuk, you are there, nearby Camp Carrionclay by mid-afternoon. As you approach the camp from a distance, you can smell rotting fish and burning flesh hanging thick in the air. A fortified camp sits atop cliffs jutting from the center of a muddy lake. The camp is ringed with immense bone spurs, with makeshift wooden walls between. A wooden palisade surrounds a camp composed of tents, huts, and a crooked watchtower. Dozens of dragon army soldiers keep watch around the camp. You're at quite a distance right now, so you don't have to worry about necessarily being spotted from the vantage point that you're at. Clystern takes you to a nice vantage point that gives you a bit of a vantage point.
Okay.
I think it would be a good time. Well, I suppose I should ask all of you. Should we try to shroud ourselves as we move?
I think that's a good idea. Maybe we can come up with a plan that we can stick to for sneaking in.
Be one with the wind, Godfrey. He's going to move some ashes across Godfrey's forehead, like, and say, Simba. No.
I'm sorry, I didn't think there were that many people here. Maybe they were. Oh, it's you.
Oh,
Bless you.
bless you.
I don't think they heard me. There weren't this many when I was here at the night. Maybe a bunch of them
It's
sleep.
alright. Maybe. Also,
If anything, this will
Y-
help
y-
us get the drop on them.
yeah, if you don't want to, also, you've led us here. You are by no means obligated to do this fight. Just want to let you know that.
Keep safe, and if any of the other prisoners run out, and we don't, try and guide them to safety.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go in there in the first place. I was just leading y'all here.
Good.
Dalamar leans forward and looks. Agreed. I'm willing to take you as far as need be for you to guide me to my location, but 24 dragon army soldiers is a bit beyond what I'm willing to pay for unless we absolutely have to.
I mean, you're a
Alamar.
magic person.
Delamar.
Yes.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay, well, could you sometimes I know like Hazel can make people do things a little bit extra with magic. Could you like give us anything to help? Do you have any spells that you could cast that could maybe help us win this fight if you're not going to actually be there?
I'll go in, but I'm saying that we probably shouldn't go. Here's the question. Are you going in during the day or night? Because I do have something that might be able to help, actually.
We should probably go in at night.
Well, it's about
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
Oh, if it was at night, now I just feel silly casting.
You could have been preparing it.
Yeah, I'm preparing it.
Let's see.
I feel like night might make it harder for them to see us right away, and we might be able to slip by some of them a bit easier to maybe deal with some of them first before the others, so they're not all attacking us at once.
And
Then do we wait for night?
Aye.
Good. Does anyone have any playing cards or anything?
No, but I got this. Oh, actually, I do have the ornate old deck of cards that has Lord Salt on it. So Riz will
Alright.
pull out the deck of cards. We can play. You know,
Alright.
through Dragonlance, do you, Delamar?
Of course I do. I'm dealer.
Hi,
With that-
dealer. I'm Aurontiros.
I didn't know you were a father, Aurontiros. But then again, you are a bard. You probably are, even if you don't realize it. A bit of time will pass. And slowly enough, the night will settle over. As you wait, darkness will settle in, and slowly the camp will begin to trickle down. The dozens of soldiers will become just a few, as most
So-
of the troops head inside their tents.
I have an idea. It might be a little bit stupid, but I was wondering if, like, some of us who are very sneaky, if we go in and we, like... I'm assuming the tents have, like, flaps, right?
Yep.
Can they be tied?
Yeah, most tents can.
Cool. I was wondering if maybe if we can try and, you know, tie some tents together, so then at least if they hear commotion, and when eventually they hear the commotion, because let's be honest, we're going to go a little bit fuss. When they hear that, they take, like, you know, an extra like 6 to 10 to 12 seconds trying to undo all the knots to get out of the tent.
Might be a bit of a sunk cost fallacy at that point.
Okay.
Good thinking, though. Good start.
okay. I guess just prepare as much as possible and then head in.
Oh,
How
which
are we
way
getting in?
How are we headed in? There's a bridge across the front, and then it's in the center of a lake.
So either we have to swim or we take the bridge. Swim
Yes.
would make noise.
Not that much noise now.
No. Oh, it's...
Depends on our ability to swim.
Also true.
I'm sure Godfrey and Levna could run on the bottom of the lake.
Or maybe
How about I just stand on your
Kelara could
shoulders,
do-
Aurontiros?
Maybe Kelara could do that water thing again.
I don't know if that's
Or
worth it though. Wasn't it
that.
quite a big magic?
Probably.
They likely wouldn't be expecting that, though.
Oh no, they would not totally. But I guess that's up to
Hmm.
what Kelara thinks about that, using that sort of spell.
What say you, Kelara? Was that taxing?
Sorry, what?
The spell in which you and the others were able to float or walk on water.
Well, that wasn't that bad.
Can you cast that right now?
Let me check.
If Kelara can do that,
I do have it ready.
can you... How much could you use that?
What do you mean?
Can you do that multiple times? Or two? What if we ignore the front and the bridge, sneak in and try and find out where the prisoners are kept, sneak in there, and then leave the same way?
In and out, and
Get this on the prisoners so that they can run across the lake too.
Oh, or better yet, potentially, we try and cause a bit of like magic distraction out by the bridge. And that way we know maybe some guards won't be watching. They'll be more distracted.
The best thing that we can do is not be seen in the first place. Rather than
Agreed.
distraction.
Well, I
have
mean,
a
if you blew up
very-
the bridge, they couldn't leave the island.
unless they can
No,
swim.
that is true. If you let me stay behind, I could take care of that, but that would be a last-ditch effort. We need reconnaissance. Which of you is the stealthiest? I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Dalamar says. Well, Miss Kender, are you ready for me to become your best friend?
Oh, I thought we already were friends.
Yes, but this is going to make me your absolute favorite. I need you to go over there and do as much reconnaissance as possible.
Aye.
Stay out of those searchlights. Hazeal, do you have the ability to cast invisibility?
No.
Unfortunately, I can only do one thing at a time. Invisibility is much shorter, so you have 10 minutes to do this, Rizira.
Okay. Let's go.
Don't get caught.
I'm not going to get caught.
Luminous Vantos Leviosa. Rizira, Dalamar is going to cast Fly on you.
What?
Rizira is going to be standing there. He's going to cast that, and Rizira is going to start floating off the ground.
Flying Kender, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure Kendernation.
So you have a flying speed of 60.
Rizira's just gonna be like,
Scouting only.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So from where you are on the other side of the bridge, you can easily get a sense of the proportions. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 tents surrounding a bonfire on the south, as well as a watchtower. Following that, there are another 9 tents to the north surrounding another bonfire. And can I get you to do me a favor and make me a stealth roll?
I believe in you.
I guess the question is, how far away am I from the party?
Quite a ways, like hundreds and hundreds of feet.
Okay, so my pass without trace does not count.
Pass without a trace will not count, but I will give you advantage because you are flying.
Yes. Wow, I rolled 2 11s on there. Plus 10 is 21.
Okay, that's going to beat their passive perception. So flying over, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to make me a perception roll with disadvantage, though.
Yeah.
Alternatively, an investigation roll with disadvantage.
Let me see what's better. Investigation or perception? I'll do perception.
Okay.
Oh, 15 and 8. 8 plus 10 is 18.
18? All right, so looking around at this, you are going to see that there is... you're going to barely be able to make out that on the other edge of the bonfires, there's like a training ground kind of over next to where this watchtower is in the center of camp. Now, the camp's roughly set up, it kind of is shaped like a tooth, if you look at it from overhead. But as you look at it, it looks like the top northwest corner is a walled area with a very, very narrow access point to it. There's no light coming from inside of it. And you can kind of make out what looks like the shape of cages.
Okay. So they're in the northwest corner. Probably.
Most likely, yes.
Alright. Riz is going to look for and see if any of them have a key on them.
Are you going to fly right down?
Oh, not right down, no.
With that, you can't tell. You can see that there's like 4 dilapidated pens.
Okay.
And that's about all that you notice. Aside from the fact that there are 4 creatures kind of milling around there. 3 that kind of are shaped like those draconians, and 1 much taller, almost a bit taller than a human, a bit broader than a human. Kind of sitting in the corner by themselves, kind of just watching. So it looks like there are some jailers there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Riz is going to she's going to kind of fly almost around on the wall, just to see if there's any particularly weak spots or good places to climb in.
So looking around at the walls, they're 15-foot high walls made of driftwood. And they're kind of built in 10-foot sections. They're not particularly difficult to climb. They just will slow you down.
And the choke point, does it have any sort of doors on it, or is it just...
It does not. It is a simple, L-shaped wall with the joint broken out.
Okay.
And those walls are also 15-foot tall, inside the
Okay,
encampment.
Yeah.
So if you did create a bottleneck at the entrance to the prison section, you would be able to pretty easily defend it.
Yeah. Okay. Can she overhear anything?
Make me another perception roll.
With disadvantage or flat because it's hearing?
Flat, because it's just hearing.
Oh, that's a 26.
Okay. So you will hear the sound of like a little bit of like strange, deep-throated clicking coming from one of the cages as a large shape kind of moves in it. You'll hear this like kind of echoing deep into the ground. And then you'll hear the sound of a bang against the cage side, and then like the strafing of like a tankard against the side of the and then you'll hear this deep voice from the back of the camp, that one strong shaped humanoid go, "Oi, watch it over there. Don't tease the bullet. You'll piss it off. Maybe I want to piss it off. Look at it, it's so weak and captive. I'm going to eat it. You're gonna shut up is what you is. And get away from there before I tan your hide." "Yes, sir." One of the Draconians takes a step away. "I've got plans for that one. Once we break its spirit, we can use it. Have it burrow in behind enemy lines. Be quite a source of devastation at will. Maybe I'll send it right at those sea elves back at the Blue Phoenix Shrine. Is that where you're from? Eh? Eh?" You'll hear some mewling from exhausted prisoners in the northern cages. "Yeah. I'm gonna send them right at you. Right at the friends you sold out to save your own skins." You smell
Can
it?
I see the cage at all?
Which cage?
The one with the bullet in it.
Yeah, you can. It is a large cage, kind of, it is the westernmost cage kind of in the middle of the four. 3 of them are along the western wall, and 1 of them is on the northern wall, slightly to the east.
I assume?
It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like wooden metal. All right, well, actually looking at it, definitely some type of probably iron.
Damn. Okay. God, I just want to pick the lock and let that thing eat those things.
It's up to you. But that might cause a problem.
Oh, I know. That's a last cause. I'm mentally in my head, I'm thinking of like Assassin's Creed when you do that in the camps. It's great.
You absolutely can, but it's when you do it, that is.
Oh, I know. All right. So I think Riz is probably getting close to 10 minutes, so she'll probably fly back.
As you fly back to your allies, they're just kind of waiting nearby on the southern hills. And you will kind of like float down next to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the spell will end, kind of dropping you on the ground gently.
What? Okay, here we go. And then Riz is going to draw out what she saw. It looks kind of, like the map, except she does like circles for the 10s. And so there's this little like jail area, and then she'll draw the 4 cages that she saw, draw where she saw the guys, the Draconians. So in this cage, and she points to the one with the billet in it. Do you guys know what a billet is?
Yes. Hazeal would probably know as well, given that they're underground monsters.
Pretend that I didn't.
It's like this scary burrowing monster. Like, it has a big old mouth and like big carapace and just likes to like eat things. Anyways, they have one in a cage and they're trying to break its spirit. So it's not broken yet, So I was like thinking half to myself that we could just like at some point just open up the cage and let it eat its captors, because probably it would be very pissed off at it right now.
Would it risk going after the other prisoners? What are their cages made out of?
The same thing. So, we could probably try and get them out first, and then maybe try and release the bullet. But either way, we should know that there's the bullet in there, and that we shouldn't open it by accident, because that might be very bad for us at the time. But a strategic release.
Good work.
That was really cool, Dalmar. You're right. You're going to be my best friend now, and I want to do it always.
It is
Maybe
quite
we
fun.
should let it out. Maybe I can have a word with it and convince it that we are not worth eating.
Yeah, but
If-
there's also
if-
4 guys in there. Oh, not guys, sorry. There's 4 draconians in there. Well, 3 draconians and 1 like big beefy looking person.
If we let it out first, that might attract everyone's attention. If we let it out after, it can cover a retreat.
That's kind
I
of
think
what I was
after is
thinking.
probably the better option, Levna will say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could speak with it, and regardless of when it's let out, make sure that it doesn't take the rage it's felt from captivity out on the wrong folk.
No, I think that's a good idea.
So,
All
so
right.
what do you think? Do we want to go in from that side, scale or
but-
go through the wall?
Yeah, it looked very easy to climb. So if Kelara can cast her water walking thingy, we'll
Then
walk over there, get them.
try and take out the guards that are there in the prison area as quickly as possible, and then hold the line at the gap.
Do any of you magic people
Yeah.
have the ability to like create walls or anything? We could try and just straight up like lock ourselves in.
I could defend a hole, but that's about it. Kelara, how many people can you give the ability to walk on water?
Up to 10.
Oh,
And it lasts for an
Excellent.
hour.
well,
But you have to extend close.
10 of them. How many prisoners are there?
Was I able to get a good look in all the cages for how many people, Kelly?
From there, you think probably like 4 or 5, maybe?
Like around 4 or 5 people.
Okay. What about this? What about the egg? What egg y'all talking about? What? Did I miss something? Oh, yeah, the egg. The egg.
Yeah, you saw the egg. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the egg.
Did you see the egg, Rizira?
Oh yeah, did I see the egg?
You did not. You did notice that one of the tents was a bit bigger than the others, though.
Oh. So there was like a big tent, you know, like somewhere like the chief or leader would stay maybe. Maybe it's in there. I could try and sneak and find it.
It's probably the best option. We get in close. I have the ability to, well,
stay out of trouble, basically, or cause some trouble. Shall we go?
Aye.
Let's go.
Aurontiros, you were looking to cast.
Cast without trace.
Okay.
Everyone within 30 feet.
Beautiful.
Every friendly.
All right.
Before we go, then, like, Kelara will make everybody gather within 30 feet, too, to cast Water Walk.
Okay.
And the ritual for the sigil on Godfrey's forehead from the ashes from the campfire was Velicitas for speed. So Godfrey's gonna have Longstrider.
Nice. All right. With that, you will make your way across the lake. As you walk, you will see that in the moonlight beneath you, swarms of hungry fish with overgrown underjaws, quippers, will be surging. Would have been a very unpleasant swim had you decided not to walk over.
Getting flashbacks as Dorlin. Chris.
All right. Making your way up to the camp, you will find yourself on making your way along toward the shoreline. Can I get everybody to make me a perception, or pardon me, a perception roll, a stealth roll with advantage, please?
And plus 10 from Aurontiros.
Okay. Levina gets a 1928 because of Aurontiros.
23.
And Dalamar only gets a 23 somehow. Levina's like Rambo over here. What the hell?
I got a 16.
Oh,
Natural 20.
natural 20? Perfect.
Nice.
38.
30. Oh, just a 38. Okay.
Just a 38.
Just a 30. Casual
Just a
38.
measly
34.
38.
In the long run, after all the bonuses.
Okay. You'll be able to make it up alongside of the wall with little trouble. Fire is crackling inside. These major fire pits providing a bit of warmth, as well as a few minor fire pits over by the watchtower. On the other side of the wall, anybody with a passive perception of 15 or higher is going to hear the sound of what looks like, well, sounds like a little bit of prayer in Elven. Those who speak Elven will be able to hear, "Sea Lord, please guide us. Please protect us in our time of need." Yes, Rizira.
So I think Rizira, once we get to the shore, she's going to motion that she's going to sneak out the back of the tent, so she will start scuttling along the back wall.
Okay.
Instead of going over and up and potentially get spotted by lots of people, so she's just going to like sneak around the back wall.
Okay. So Rizira is going on her own mission while the rest of you prepare. So, what's the plan? Levin is going to say, do we just go and try to sneak it out, or do we try to take him out?
Oh, you over there! Hand me that bottle.
Yes, sir. You'll hear from the other side.
Shut up, you!
You'll hear the elven prayer stop.
Enough of that inside of my presence.
Odd question.
Yes.
Out of character question.
Mhm.
Mage hand. Is this hand invisible or is it like spectral and
Yeah, so it's ghostly.
ghostly? Yeah.
I'll look at Levna and say, I wouldn't mind killing a few more of those lizards.
I gotta do it quick.
Every
then.
one of them,
Same.
every one of them that's dead is one that can't kill any of us.
Kelly, if we can, you said this is kind of like a smaller wall.
Yes. Well, it's
How-
15 feet. Yeah.
Okay. never mind then. I was going to ask what the cages looked like, but I have not seen them yet.
Okay. So we just go over and we just start killing them?
If Rizira said that there was this burrowing monster, if we can release it and it runs amok in the camp, might be able to possibly save everyone without having to worry about casualties, because knowing these types, they would probably strike the captives down before fighting us.
Well, they'd have to get the cages open first.
That is true.
The cages are probably locked, Aurontiros. So why? Did you think you're gonna make friends with a giant monster?
Yes, that's the plan.
Well, fine. You do that. I'm gonna stab somebody, or they can call out for the guards.
Do you want some help?
Yes. that'd be
Stabbing
great.
people?
Some help being better at stabbing people.
Stabbing people? Okay. So we're just doing it.
I think Aurontiros' idea is excellent.
What about... Oh, no, that wouldn't... Never mind.
Look, the big thing that we gotta worry about, Levna says, nothing that makes light. At least not until we're blown.
Right. If we peeked our heads up, do our stealth rolls count, or is that another contested?
If you peek your stealth rolls up, no, your stealth rolls are really good.
So we can kind of just peek over and get like.
Mhm.
I'll do that as.
So you'll get a
So-
lay of the camp.
I'm
Yes,
going to
Hazel.
put it out to the group because this is funny to me. Should Hazel haste Godfrey and Levna, or put a 20-foot radius sphere of silence out into the main area?
The sphere of silence is much more useful personally.
In there, you guys could just fucking kill everyone and no one would hear anything.
Yeah.
So that might interfere with Aurontiros' plan a little bit if he can't talk.
No,
I
the-
mean,
the-
I can center it somewhere.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get up and almost over, silence, and then just go.
Yep. I will I will do imbuing touch on Levna's sword though.
Oh, you know, this magic stuff is starting to rub off on me. Maybe I'll be your next apprentice.
I'm collecting them.
Apparently.
And then the plan is to go up and peek over. Silence so that Aurontiros can still do the talky thing, but so that as many of the enemies are inside it as possible.
Okay, and that's 20 feet. So, yeah. Can I get you to do me a favor? Can everybody roll me initiative so that we're already set up and ready? Riz, roll it. You'll be on a different area, but... So,
Yep.
Dalamar and Levna. Oh, Levna has advantage on initiative rolls. I always forget that. Okay, so that is a 16
Beat
for...
somebody.
16 for Levna. And 11 for Dalamar.
Congrats.
Holy crap, you guys rolled awfully.
I rolled a
What
nat
the-
one.
Oh,
I rolled a
So
2.
bad.
This is the third 2 I've rolled.
I rolled a 3.
And the
Something
Draconians and
Kelara got
Hobgoblin rolled a
distracted by
20 and a
something on the
19.
floor.
7 it is.
And suddenly looks up and goes, "Oh shit, we're fighting!"
I can have a dragon egg out and
weren't on the
back
same
by the
page.
time you guys think, right?
Okay. This is amazing. This is so dumb. I love it. So Levna has
But
top
literally
initiative.
everybody
out of the
but
assault
Robin
force.
rolled shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of us under 10?
Yep.
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 Dalamar.
Yep. And I'm 25. Guys. Oof is right.
Okay, so I've got Godfrey, followed by Aurontiros, followed by Hazeal, followed by Kelara. Okay. So Riz, we'll be getting to you in just a minute as you're across, but the rest of you are going to be able to hop up. And Hazeal, are they going on your mark?
Yeah. And I'll just, before we climb up, I'll just be like, I will be pretty useless otherwise, but I will keep this up as much as I can. And go on my mark. And then, yeah, I'll do silence and alert them. I am going to subtle spell it so I don't have to do all the stuff.
Silence is going to descend over the area, and you'll hear right in the middle of it, "Look, I don't care what you're saying. I say you're cheating. So go ahead and pick up the dice again, or..." A look of confusion crosses what you can see as a hobgoblin's face. And let's go in initiative order right now through down the initiative. Levna is going to be first at that point as you all climb up top. And Levna is going to leap down and is going to step up behind one of the Draconians and make 2 attack rolls. And it's a nat 20.
On the
And
first
second.
attack?
For her first attack is a nat 20, and the second is a hit.
Yeah, Levna.
Yeah.
Holy crap. It's what happens when I remember what Levna's rules are. 4, 8, 12, 15 points of damage on the first attack. And she is going to step up behind it and is going to just raise her greatsword and stab this Draconian twice through the ribs from behind. And it is going to drop to its knees. In so doing, it is a Baez Draconian.
Oh, it's down?
It's down.
Oh.
She's going to crank
Possibly
it
up,
twice
though.
from behind, and she needs to make a save for the death throws. And she's going to go stab, stab. And as she tries to pull her blade, it's going to solidify into a statue, trapping her blade inside of it. Dalamar's turn. Dalamar is going to hold his action. Godfrey, your turn.
Okay, gonna jump down. See that Levna's taking care of that one. 10, 15, 25, 30. I'm gonna move past the what's it called? Move in front of the boulette cage, past the Draconian that's by the thing, moving out of its threat zone. If I'm not sure if it can take an attack of opportunity or not yet, but if it
Nope,
can,
you're
it
still
can...
invisible. You're still stealthed.
Oh, okay. Great.
You have a surprise round, so...
Right. Okay, perfect. And so what I'm trying to do is then in that case is get up to the one over here, and then I'm going to action that'll use both of my my extra action to dash, and then I'll use action surge to attack the one that's by the entrance here and try and kind of wedge myself in the way to block any of them from running out for help.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see here. 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
That'll be 16 points of damage.
16 points. Cool.
And then a 25. And
That's a hit for sure.
13 points of damage.
For a total of, so that's 13 and...
16.
First one was 16? Okay, how do you do it?
In complete silence, I will run up to it and just, like, I guess get it from behind and just slash it, and then, like slash it across the back and then come over for the head.
Sounds good. Can you do me a favor and make me a strength save?
That'll be a 16.
16. All right, your blade is going to pass through it before it gets wedged. The body is going to hit the ground and start crumbling to dust silently. It is now Aurontiros' turn.
All right. Well, we might have to deal with these creatures first. Does any one of them look particularly like the jailer? Like got a big set of keys,
The hobgoblin.
fantasy keys hanging?
The hobgoblin, the one that's bossing the others around.
A hobgoblin looks well armed.
Yep, and he looks like he's noticed Godfrey. Now as Godfrey stepped into his point of view, and he's kind of like, what? And they're paying attention to him as he kind of like came directly into their field of view.
All right, let's.
But it's all silent on that side of the cage.
Shatter is not electricity. Shatter is like sonic, correct?
It's Sonic, yeah.
Oh, and the tag is called Thunder?
It's thunder damage, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but if they also have to be able to hear shatter, which I'm not sure if they do.
I'm not sure if they...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work.
You gonna go to the bullet, or are you gonna try something different?
Gonna go. Yeah, might as well. Or should we take care of these guys first? Going to. You know what? Fire a bow from atop the wall
All right, sounds good. Make me your attack with advantage.
at the jailer.
At the jailer, okay. Make me your attacks with advantage, and don't forget about your magic sword if you want to use it.
Oh, yes. All right. That is a 22.
That's gonna hit. Roll me damage.
That is an 8 with the bow. And while he's drawing, before they draw the bow, almost in a throwing action and like one swift movement, still atop the wall, they're going to hurl the sword, and it's going to seem like it misses, and it's going to whir to life and attack him from behind after the arrow hits.
Do it.
It's just the first attack that had advantage.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a nat 1.
Okay. It is going to whir and is going to fly forward. He's going to reflexively duck out of the way, and your sword is going to get lodged in the draconian that Levna is currently has her blade stuck in, and they're both going to go.
One draconian, 2 blades.
One draconian, 2 blades. You know what? I'm going to roll something for that. You know what? There's something good happens. I'm going to spend that right now. Your blade is going to slam into the draconian, and the draconian is going to explode from the extra blade impact, but then it's going to fall to the ground, kind of limply.
Yeah.
But Levna's going to
As
look
if,
over you and give you a thumbs up. Like you meant to
I
do.
did that on purpose.
All right. Hazeal, it is your turn.
I maintain concentration on the silence spell, and that's
Okay.
my turn.
Okay. Because you know you can
I'm
cast
helping.
Okay, cool. That's all you want to do. All right. Because you can cast other things that don't have concentration.
Yeah, but those things are like explodey and
That's fair.
stuff, and I don't want to catch shit on fire.
Sounds good. All right. So, then Dalamar is still watching. Dalamar has a held action that I haven't named what it is, but I'll tell you later if it goes off. Kelara.
Okay. So we've got the silence on the prison area,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not affecting us outside the wall?
It is not.
Okay.
we're trying to just get the prisoners out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Not really sure what to do in this situation. I don't necessarily want to climb over the wall and get into the situation too much, because that's the way of good little clerics going dead.
Mm-hmm.
You can pop up and take a shot with a crossbow.
It's true.
Pew pew.
This is true. Actually, you know what? I think, are these considered like humanoids?
Yes, I believe. Let me just double check one thing. Draconians are monstrosities. However, hobgoblins are humanoids.
Okay. Have they noticed Levna?
They have not noticed Levna. They're facing the other direction.
Okay, but they've noticed something's weird because of the silence. But they haven't noticed us yet?
Nope.
Sweet.
Because you guys
Just
are acting
Godfrey,
within.
who has stepped in his field of view. And
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay,
you
so
guys
they're
are
probably
moving
gonna charge
very,
Godfrey in a moment?
They're going to charge Godfrey, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will just hit them with one of them with a crossbow bolt because I think everything I have is bright.
Okay. Well, technically, the hobgoblin has noticed Aurontiros, but he has not noticed you, so your first attack will have advantage.
Okay. I
or
will
at least
try
Aurontiros' blade.
shoot him.
Well, Aurontiros shot him with a bow, so he noticed that too.
Oh, true.
He's
yeah.
Okay.
Silently Ace Venturaing over there. All right, make me an attack roll with advantage, Christine.
18.
18 is going to be a hit.
Okay. I think this one is a D8. 6 points of damage plus
Your dex.
2. 8.
Okay. A crossbow bolt is going to ping beneath his armor, impaling him in the side, and he's going to snarl up at you. And
I think I'll duck that back down below the wall.
okay, that sounds like a great idea. Dalamar is going to hold his action for emergency purposes. And that is the end of the initiative. Top of the initiative, across the camp. Riz, you find yourself creeping around the way, making your way toward this tent. We're going to say that you're right at the edge of it. And can you just give me one more stealth roll? With just your own stealth this time.
It's gonna be a 22.
22. Okay, so you're still good, so I don't need to drop into combat with you. So Riz, I'm going to be with you after this next round of combat. I'm going to go through them one more time, and then back to you for your scene, okay?
Okay, cool. Yeah, just cool.
Because it would have taken you about that long to get over there, so you're still sneaking. All right, so the Hobgoblin Commander is going to snarl, and he can't reach you, but he can reach Godfrey. He is going to snarl silently and is going to charge at Godfrey, attempting to eviscerate him with a roar, well, with a silent roar of pain. I'm going to spend some Hurt the Morse because I can.
I'm going to use Brace so that as soon as he enters my threat range, I get to attack him.
Okay.
Ooh, 16.
16 is going to be a miss. You are going to bring it up. And what's your AC right now?
21.
21? Okay. That first hit is basically he's going to bring his greatsword down, and you are going to try to to hit him. The two swords are going to clash silently with a spark. And he's going to snarl in your face and take another swing at you. Ooh, and that's going to miss. But I must better hurt them more to attack again. Let's do this. Okay, that's going to miss too. He lets out 3 strikes against you. Clang, clang, clang. They are going to be repelled by you as he kind of snarls in your face with a look of rage. And then the remaining Draconian is going to rush forward and take a slash at you as well. And okay, that's not going to work. I must spend another hurt them more just for fun. Okay. The Draconian is going to rush forward and take a couple attacks against you as well. But using your fancy footwork, you are going to be able to dodge out of the way of that. We are down to Draconian. Okay. And that is that. Down to Levna. Having freed her her sword from the Draconian, thanks to Cal, or thanks to Aurontiros, I should say. Levna is going to turn, look at the side of the cage, and is going to just hack it because, hey, why not? That's not a very good hack, Levna. That's not great. So Levin is going to try to force the bars to no avail. And Dalamar is going to just stand passively back and watch, because it's not his place to act yet. He's the emergency protocol. Godfrey, it is your turn again.
Okay, this hobgoblin, I'm going to, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit the hobgoblin, and let's see. Ooh, 28.
That will be a hit. Roll me damage.
Awesome. Before rolling damage, though, I'm going to make that a menacing attack. So please give me a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that is going to be a fail.
It is frightened of me until the end of my next turn. And so disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and it cannot move closer to me willingly. That will end up being 18 points of damage to it from that one attack.
18 points of damage. Okay.
And then I'm going to go at the other one beside it, and that'll be a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
12 damage.
12 damage is a solid hit as you slam your sword into the Draconian.
That's all.
That's all? Okay. Aurontiros, it is your turn.
Now it's time to... I believe I need to retrieve the weapon again.
You have to go crawl. You have to climb. You have to go get it because of that one. Yeah.
Would that take any action to pick it off the ground again?
No, you could do it as your item interact, but you'd have to get to it.
Okay.
So you'd have to climb up the wall,
Hop down.
Or you're already up top there, so you hop down.
Hop down and retrieve the blade. And close the distance to the hobgoblin, which is still up, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So that is 5, 10.
One question. Can you...
Yeah.
You can fire a bow and then move again, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, then going to fire at the back of the hobgoblin as they're retrieving their blade.
All right, so pick up your sword, fire the bow,
I'm gonna use
Determination?
Determination on that 15.
Okay, that's going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
Uh, 9.
Your arrow sinks into the back of his skull, and he falls to the ground, dead.
Nice.
What do you do?
All right. Going to close the distance with his singing blade leading the way towards the Draconian still fighting
Okay.
Godfrey.
All right, so you can make it, I think, just up to him. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can make it all the way up right behind him if you want.
Just where where the keys might have landed.
Oh, sure. You can absolutely go up and head right next to the keys. All right, Hazeal, it's your turn. What do you do? Maintain?
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, there's no reason for me to even break out the one spell I was thinking I could maybe do from this distance. Also, I realized 90% of my spells are concentration, so it's not like I could cast much. So
That much. And Kelara, what would you like to do?
Okay. Well, I think I might as well try and shoot the one who's going after Godfrey.
Sounds good. So there is only he is aware of your presence now, so you will not have advantage on this.
Okay. That is going to be dirty 20.
All right, that'll hit. Roll me damage.
10
10.
max damage.
Okay. You are going to slam a bolt into the back of his head, and the Draconian is going to stagger forward and belch smoke out of his face into Godfrey's. Godfrey, can you make me a con save with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yep, spending a hurt the more.
Oof. That'll be a fail. I'm pretty sure that's a grand total of 9.
Okay. Grand total of 9. You are going to take that full in the face and slowly feel yourself petrify.
No.
All right. As you turn to stone, we're going to cut across the camp. Your body stiffening. The enemy encampment is quiet, just the sound of the bonfires as you find yourselves engaged in combat across the way. Meanwhile, on the other side, Riz, you make your way across and up the wall and find yourself at a hut larger than the others in the camp. It's made of hide stretched over a wooden frame, with bone spikes protruding from the ground around it. What do you do?
I mean, is there anyone around?
There is... Yes, there are, actually. The hut is guarded by 2 of those silvery draconians. As you approach, you can hear the sound of sleeping. Deep snoring.
From, like, one of them or from inside the tent?
From inside the tent.
Okay. I think Riz will hold off until they, like, turn around. Is there, like, a back flap in the tent?
There's not, but it's easy enough to, like, get under.
Go under? Okay.
Yeah. Like, this isn't like a tent with, like, a lining or something. This is just, like, a tent pegged into the ground.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she will wait until... Are the Draconians looking like they're doing, like, rounds, or are they just hanging out?
They're just hanging out. One of them is standing near the fire, the other is watching the southern flank.
I think Riz is gonna try and sneak through, I guess,
Sure.
between them when they're not looking.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay. 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 That's gonna be a 25.
25. With that, you're going to be able to stealth and slowly crawl under the side of the tent. Inside, you can see that there's a large hobgoblin sleeping inside of his armor atop a cot. There's also a desk and an ornate chest. The desk is covered in all sorts of papers. Nearby, you can see this ornate chest with gilded reinforcements and a big, thick lock.
Okay. So. Think she's gonna very quietly reach into her bag and she's going to pull out her bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna, let's say, you know, a good enough, like maybe 100 of them, she's just gonna, like, lay out in front of his bed, roughly like if he swung his feet over, that if this goes wrong, hopefully he trips and falls, and then she can murder. Yes. Casually drops 100 ball bearings. Gently places them on the ground. And then she's going to go read. No, I don't think she's going to read. I think she's going to try and take the papers and put them in her bag.
All right, so go ahead and make me another stealth check to try to gather the papers without making too much noise.
Yep. Oh, I'm fucking genius.
Oh,
Holy shit, I'm fucking genius. Okay.
go
Yep.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna spend my determination to make that a 18.
Okay, so you're going to be able to gather up the papers.
So, yes, don't worry, you guys. Riz is going to go for the chest. As she grabs it, she's going to swirl her cape and Misty step 30 feet outside the wall.
Can you take a chest with you?
With the Haganisty for a shroud, I think it's just everything you're carrying. Just you can't take another person. But let me look up Misty Step.
The chest is pretty big.
You teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. It doesn't say.
Here's the deal. I want you
Yeah.
to make me an athletics check to lift the chest.
Okay.
If you can lift it, you can teleport with it.
Cool. Okay. Athletics, you say?
Yep. What's your strength score?
Oh, my strength score is just perfectly 10.
Perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced. All right.
Oh,
So give me
yes.
an athletics.
Okay. Come on, Nat 20. Come on, Nat 20. I got
You
my
have
determination.
You got it
bought
back. Yeah.
back. Alright, I'll buy determination to make that a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll grab the chest and you'll try to lift it, and
Okay.
it's kind of dragging a bit.
Okay. So if
And-
you can't lift it, then
You could try again in a minute. Maybe
Okay.
spit on your hands. Give it a second.
Yep.
You take another breath, steel yourself to lift it. And as you're reaching down, you'll hear, "Just what do you think you're doing?" behind you. We're going to cut back to the other side of the camp. On the other side of the camp, all of the guards are down. Godfrey, you have been turned to stone. What does everybody do? What do you do? Aurontiros, you're still in a zone of silence as well, so...
Going to pick up the keys and head over to this monster and read Charm Monster's requirements. Is the cage in the zone of silence?
It is not.
I
It's just
specifically left it out
Right.
so that you
thank
could do this.
All right. He's going to kind of like kneel down, start speaking in a guttural kind of like version of Elven. And he's going to kind of be like creature that has been wrongfully imprisoned. If I free you, will you spare your anger from the other captives and my friends? And cast Charm Monster.
All right.
Needs to roll a wisdom save.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
That's an 8.
Ooh. All right. I needed 16. Is it meet or beat saving throws? Well, regardless, it's 16.
Regardless, he didn't do it.
Yeah. And upon that, hoping the creature understands their intent and opening up the cage before and then after tossing the keys to Levna.
All right, Levna will unlock the other cages. Godfrey, you are still stone. Kelara, is there anything you're doing?
I'm sorry, I completely forgot he was turned to stone.
Well, but he just kind of looks like he's like holding fort, so you don't know.
I got a very statuesque physique.
It's true.
I think I saw, because I shot the last one and it breathed out and then Godfrey froze. So I think I'm gonna try and basically vault the wall and run to Godfrey to try and see what I can do to help. And if it looks like as I get closer what we saw the first time we fought these sort of things, I'm gonna try and break the kind of stone.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a medicine check.
That is a 21.
Okay. Godfrey, you can make your con save again.
Was that still at disadvantage?
No.
Okay. Oh my god. 9.
Okay. You do have your determination if you want to spend it.
Oh, I'm not going to spend it on that. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if. I don't know. I don't feel like an extra 3 might. Well, who knows? But I think I'll pass.
All right. So you're going to be able to feel a little bit of sweet air reach into your lungs. And then behind you, you're not going to hear anything because of the silence spell. But Aurontiros, you are going to hear the affirming of the boulette. Levna is going to spend her time going from cage to cage, unlocking the top two, and go "Psst," and toss the keys back to you, gesturing at the cage to the south.
Leaving the cage door open so it doesn't feel like cornered or threatened. There's one more cage, correct?
There is one more cage to the south.
Let's open that one.
Okay. Inside is a small, very exhausted and battered Kender, who's going to look up at you with these big, wide eyes.
Hiya.
She says,
Who are you?
Ready to get out of here?
I've been waiting for days.
and behind you, there's going to be a sudden shift of shadow as the Bulette takes a look at the wall directly in front of it, and then vaults itself 20 feet into the air, coming down in the center of the camp with a noise that explodes across all of you. Bulettes jump real high, guys. They're my favorite. There's an explosion of chaos behind, and we're going to cut to the other tent. What do you think you're doing? Boom! The Bulette comes down, exploding the center of the camp, sending fire from the bonfire that it landed on in each direction. Some of the other tents are going to begin ignite as people surge to their feet and scream. Rizira, what do you do? There's chaos. The hobgoblin sits up, looking back and forth between the Kender in front of it and the horrible noise outside of its tent.
I'm gonna go for him. I'm gonna make sure no one knows that we were here.
Okay.
Riz is gonna try and kill him.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Is he surprised? Probably not.
I'll give him surprise. I'll give him surprise. So you'll get one surprise round.
Yes. All right. So do you want me to roll initiative, or do you want me to keep the old one?
It's gonna go you, him.
Okay. Sounds good. So, do 2 swords, 2 slashes.
Okay, give it to me.
Is he surprised a la advantage?
He is
First one.
No, I don't have any something good happens for you.
We had another one bought this game.
I used it.
2 have been bought.
I just didn't announce it.
Okay.
All right. So, what are your attack rolls?
It is a 17 and a 16. I guess, is he wearing armor to bed?
I said yes, he was.
Okay, cool.
You have a determination back if you wanted to spend it on the smaller one.
No, I'm okay. That's my offhand.
Okay. That is going to be, one moment, please. A 17 and a 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 2 misses.
Okay.
As you launch forward and slash your blade twice.
I thought you were asking for me to put it on the smaller one. So, okay, cool. I would have put it on the larger one if... No worries. No worries. All right, I'll just do it again. 2
Okay.
attacks.
All right, give it to me.
That's going to be a 16 and an 18.
All right, you spending on either of those?
Well, put it on the 18.
All right, that's going to be a hit.
All right. $23 points of piercing damage.
How many? 21?
23.
23? Perfect. All right.
And then she's going to back up, avoiding the ball bearings.
Okay. All right. He is going to step up and is going to lunge at you. One moment, please. Okay. and is going to make his attacks without slipping on the ball bearings the first round. Oop. That dice is gone forever. All right.
From whence it came,
From whence it came,
So-
it has...
so it returneth.
Yeah, basically. It's gone forever. He is going to make 3 melee attacks against you. The first is going to be a 28.
Mm-hmm.
The second is going to be a 14. And it's
No, it doesn't hit.
the first one's going to hit, and that's it.
All right.
But I'm very angry at you, so I'm going to use my martial advantage. Oh, no, I can't. You are not within 5 feet of an ally right now. That is going to be instead... Oh, way worse than it could be. Oh, God, are you kidding me? Oh, wait, I'm using this two-handed. So that is... I'm going to be fair with this. That's going to be 6 points of slashing damage as he grabs his
Alright.
sword and slashes at you. And it's your turn.
All right. And then she's gonna go. He stepped up to me, so I'll just take 2 attacks at him.
Do it.
Oh my god, what is with this dice rolls? 24 and then a frickin' 13.
The first one's going to hit. Roll me damage.
Yeah.
Oh, someone bought a drama bomb. Nice.
Uh-oh.
26 points of piercing damage.
26 points. He looks at you, breathing a little haggard. He is definitely worse for wear and bloodied. Grabbing his blade, he's going to take a step at you. I'm going to spend a drama bomb, and he is going to fall prone as he
Nice.
steps on your blade, on your ball bearings. He'll be able to stand up this round. So that is going to be his entire movement. And then he's going to make 3 attacks at you. One is a 21, one is a 13, and one is a 23.
2 will hit.
2 will hit. All right. That is going to be for a decent amount of damage, actually. Don't forget that you have not uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge.
Evasion.
Yeah. No, uncanny dodge for
Oh, you're right.
this.
It's uncanny
Evasion
dodge.
is
What am I saying?
for dex. Yeah.
What am I saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so that is going to be this is going to be separately, that's going to be 13 and 9 points of damage.
I'll half the 13.
Okay. All right, he comes at you
6.
twice with his great sword, slashing you twice across the ribs, and it's your turn.
Yeah.
What do you do? Outside, you can hear the boulette exploding through the way. And one moment, please. Okay, I legitimately rolled that. Okay, cool. Part of the tent collapses in suddenly as the boulette charges one of these draconians and burrows into the ground over here. I need both you and he to make me a dex save. Okay, that's a 16.
It's gonna be a 21.
All right, 21. Both of you are going to manage to... Oh, you know what? He's on ball bearings. I'm going to give him disadvantage.
Nice.
Okay, 15. He's still okay. But he's fighting on the ball bearings quite well, actually. He's very well trained. The boulette is going to collapse the bottom corner of the tent as it burrows underground out here. It's your turn. What do you do?
Gonna stab him.
Okay, give it to me.
Stab him twice. Oh my god, my dice hate me. I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't want to get into a fight and drag this out, but my dice are fucking rolling 4s and 5s, so that's 2 misses. Because plus
Everyone's.
7's not gonna do that. It's 12 and 14.
Okay, 12 and
I want this to be a
14.
quick fight.
Lashing out. you are going to not make contact, but he's going to roll a 12, an 18, and a 22.
2 hit.
Okay. The first slash is going to come by you and is going to slash your upper arm for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And the next is coming by for 5.
I'll have the 5, I guess, because I didn't say the 4, so.
Okay. All right, Robin, you're up.
All right. My thing could. A 2 and a 15. I could fucking hit would be great. 19 for the 1 attack.
All right, lunging forward. That's a 19 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You spending your determination? Or
Sure.
no? Okay, that's a hit.
I'm guessing by your tone that it's probably a yeah. $24 points of piercing damage.
24 points of piercing damage? Damn, that's a hell of a hit. All right. The Hobgoblin Commander is going to be pierced by your blade and is going to kind of lurch back a little bit, looking at you kind of strangely. He is going to make 3 more attacks at you with a 21, a 20, and a 13.
The 13 won't hit.
Just die already. 7 points of damage on the first one as he slashes down into you.
Okay.
And 10 as he slashes your upper thigh.
I'll have that one.
Okay. With that, he is going to try to back away from you, but is unfortunately going to slip on the ball bearings.
Does he leave my... Does he
Nope,
leave
he
my
instead
thing or
falls
no?
prone.
Okay. Sounds good.
Your turn.
All right. 2 attacks. Let's go.
He is prone,
Mm-hmm.
so you have advantage.
Alrighty. Alright. Yeah. I got my 2 dice there. Alright.
These
21
ball bearings were such a...
and a 22.
Those are both hit.
Sweet. Oh god, that was so low. Oh my god, I rolled so many 1s and 2s. I'm trying not to let this last long. 5, 10, 15, 19 points of piercing damage.
19 points of piercing damage. He is going to stand up and is going to... he's going to try to end this. You're just a little tender. I'm going to kill you. And 1 moment while I roll for the boulette to see what the boulette does. Can I get a dex save?
I can try.
I legitimately rolled this, and I'm not sorry.
Cocked. That's gonna be a 20 plus.
Okay. And that's a 7. He is going to take a step forward. How many hit points do you have left?
25.
Okay. He raises his blade and slashes toward you. It's going to be headed directly at your throat. You think that he might actually be able to take you out? There's a bit of blood in the air on both of you. You're both quite hurt. And as he raises the sword, the ground is going to shake. And suddenly, a boulette is going to erupt out of the ground beneath him. You're going to dodge out of the way in time as the boulette explodes from beneath him, launching him into the air and dealing... I legitimately rolled this, and I think it's amazing. That is going to be bullet. That is 3d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage, if I'm not mistaken.
This guy accidentally signed up for Cirque du Soleil today. He's been balancing
14,
on ball bearings.
Oh yeah,
Um.
that's going to just basically he's going to raise his blade to cleave you in half. The ground's going to rumble and he's going to explode into chunks.
All right. I'm gonna try and grab the chest and try the Misty Step again.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Okay. This is a flat roll. Okay, all right.
Oof.
You rolled a nat 1.
No.
Okay, you try to lift it and
Wait, what?
you are going to fall over. Frog, just bought something good happens as you're there. You're like, you're gonna fall prone as this bullet crashes down. In another 10 people are screaming and crying. I'm gonna spend this something good happens. There is like a leg laying next to you and a hip bone, and off the side of the hip bone is a belt with a key on it.
Cool. Okay, let's go. Unlock.
Okay. Cracking the lock, you are going to see that inside is a large bronze dragon egg, as well as 2 potions and a small pouch, well, actually quite a large pouch, containing jangling coins.
All right, she'll nick that.
All right. You grab onto the dragon's egg. As we do, let us cross back over to the other side. Levna and Aurontiros spend the rest of their time gathering up the prisoners over at the other side of the camp. Kelara, what are you doing with Godfrey?
Just trying to get him through this so that he doesn't die from it.
Okay, make me another medicine check.
That is going to be 26.
All right, Godfrey, make me another con save.
That'll be 15.
15. All right.
I'm going to use my determination.
Okay. Letting out a breath, you are suddenly going to feel the enclosing stone shatter off of you as you kind of collapse half on top of Kelara.
Oh, thank you.
You say silently. Levna leans around and like waves frantically at you. Come on, we've got to go, is the look on her face.
Okay. I'll point over to Levna and walk towards.
As you-
I'll drop the silence now because the bullet is making enough noise.
As soon as the silence drops, you're going to hear the sound of screaming and crashing as this boulette rampages through the camp. I think it's time.
Has
for
anybody
us to
seen
get out of
Riz?
here. We need to go. The Kender will find a way out.
Can you cast the spell on everyone and make them the prisoners walk across the water? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
while you're doing that, I'm just gonna look over the wall and see if I can see Riz.
So
Okay.
Kelara will cast it on all the prisoners.
Do we have to stay near you for this to work? Levna says. All right, then let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody go. Across the lake, now. And Levna's going to
Can
start helping
I-
them.
Can I message Riz if I know Riz is nearby?
I
like-
believe
Because it says
you
I can cast through solid objects if I know, if I'm familiar with the target. I know it is beyond the barrier.
Yeah, you can. Within the range, yeah.
Cool. It's like 120 feet, so I might just be like, Riz, you good? You good? You good? Riz. It's a
All right.
cantrip.
I'm in a bit of a situation here, but going to, holy shit, that's a bullet. Oh my god, can I fucking hit this guy? Ow, ow, fuck. Okay, we're good. Bullet ate him. Oh, keys, egg, money, great. I'll meet you on the other side.
Okay, Riz is good.
Let's get the hell out of here. Okay. And as you begin to climb over the fence, you feel the water firm beneath you, the quippers occasionally leaping over the surface to try to bounce or try to grab at your toes. Riz, you reach down and pluck things from the chest. You grab the bag, you grab the egg, you grab the vials, and as you do, a noise fills the air. Flapping sounds fill the air above as a hulking creature with black scales descends, roaring as it lands atop the watchtower. Above you, a black dragon perches atop the watchtower. And I think we'll probably call game there for the night.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh shit.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all had some fun there. And I think we're going to be done with the chapter next episode, hopefully.
Oh boy, yay.
Black
Yay.
Dragon, I'm glad you made your saved your spells.
Right?
All right. So, hey, folks, thank you
Always
so much for
fucking
tuning into
run.
this episode. I hope that you had a good time and that you enjoyed Camp Carrionclay. We'll be back next week with another episode, and a big thank you to our sponsor this month, Bookwyrm Games. I also want to thank everybody who supports us over on Patreon, who are really the ones who help us stay in business. So thank you so much for keeping the lights on here. A big thank you to Jan Clark, our divine producer, to our demonic producer, Precarious, to our Wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Eddie Isaacs. Thank you so much. And to our High Council of the Patreon, I have to thank Taryn, Buddy, Trizelta, Amperthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kalin Whitebeard. There's a bunch of great stuff coming to the Patreon soon, including Demon the Descent and some more Hunter the Vigil, as well as all of the games that are coming in July, like more Star Trek Lower Darks. To go find out more about that and to join the coloring contest that we have right now for the new t-shirt, go to patreon.com/dorktales today. Anyway, that's going to be it from us. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.